Flowley. Hey, you know, just before I get to the Nambla tape, just to give you an idea of how Flowley has taken over the country, I got a fax. Did you read this?
No.
It says, Dear Howard, you have now really infiltrated every crack in society. I was recently serving on jury duty in U.S. federal court. Our case involved an alleged Nigerian drug smuggler named Michael Faforower. Surprisingly, most members of the jury were highly educated. However, when deliberating the verdict, some members had difficulty pronouncing the alleged drug smuggler's name until one member put it best by calling him Michael Fafafui. I thought you would appreciate this information. So that even in the jury room,
they're using Fafafui.
Fafafui. Michael Fafaflafla.
Flowy. Fow.
Fow.
Papapohai. 3544. Flapafloli. Foflifofo. Papapopo.
Fee, fe, fi, fo, fo.
Papapoy.
Papapoini.
Papapoy.
Fafafuli.
Papaplunky. Fafilifoy.
Stostai.
Popoy.
Stai stostui.
Retard.
Baba Booey Mobile. All right, very good. Yeah. Hey, Gary's on the cover of Time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. I saw that cover. I know.
Is that the brand new one?
Yes.
Baba Booey's on the cover of the new Time magazine. You got to buy it.
Mama Monkey.
It doesn't say something like the first man.
No, how man began. Look, you're on the cover.
Can I tell you how bad? Can I tell you how bad you guys are?
Why?
What you've done to me?
What?
My wife and I went out grocery shopping the other night while we were waiting to pay.
Yeah.
My wife picks up the magazine and she says, "Look, you're on the cover of Time magazine."
Your own
I
wife.
swear.
Your own wife.
Oh, no.
Baba Bohai. Fofloli. Fofoi.
You wouldn't think you'd have to take it from her.
Oh, man. Foo.
Fofli.
You gotta buy. You just gotta go look at
Baba
Time
Booey.
magazine cover and know that it's Baba Bowie.
Baba Bowie.
Baba Bohai.
Baba
have to
Bowie.
have that
Baba
framed.
Bowie.
Because he actually
Baba
did
Booey.
make the cover.
Baba Louie.
Baba Bowie.
Wow. And then they have Gary crawling out of the ocean.
I would. Can
They
I?
actually recreated that.
Yeah, they
That's
actually
a
have
famous painting.
that famous painting.
Can I?
Go back one page. Oh.
Can I?
Look at this, Robin.
Oh, I can't see.
Oh, you got to take off the glasses. Look at this.
Gary on the run.
Can I at least be? Can I at least be
You got to
homo?
buy Time magazine, and the inside is how man began, and then it's a big picture of Gary naked. Right?
Can I at least be Homo erectus?
He even has your haircut. That's so sick.
I don't have that beard.
Oh man, come on. Look at the hair.
It's even graying like mine.
Flip-flop-flowy.
Flea flew fluely.
Flop-flop-flowly.
He's running to an appearance.
He's at the custom car show.
Keep eating, Martling. Keep eating. Jackie's getting close to his old density.
Oh yeah.
We're psyched.
Never mind Baba Bo Nye. Baba Bo Bully.
Bowie. Bona Babo.
Bonababu?
Unbelievable. Yeah, John Candy died, I guess on Friday. Was it Friday?
Sometime this weekend of a heart attack.
And I thought it was kind of funny that Melina McCurry died on a Sunday. She said never on a Sunday.
Never.
And then she died on Sunday. She lied. She absolutely lied. Hey now. Hey now.
Yes, we remember our fallen heroes.
How many people died?
I'm playing drums and Fred's playing trumpet.
Sounds good.
We can really get lost in the sound effect thing. We're painting like madmen over here. Melina McCurry dies on a Sunday. Her famous song, of course, Never on a Sunday, a Sunday, a Sunday. You can almost smell the gangrene, the gangrene, the gangrene. Hey now. So, and you know, I was reading the John Candy story. John Candy dropped, and he's out making a movie with who? Richard Lewis. God, that guy has no luck. Did you read that?
I didn't know Richard Lewis was in the movie.
Richard Lewis was in that movie. It was Richard Lewis and
boy, he must be on his psychiatrist's couch right now.
Oh, man.
He had to be rushed to psychiatric care.
Poor Richard Lewis. Finally gets in a movie with, a major star, and Richard's still at the hospital trying to revive John Candy. He ain't giving up.
Yeah, he's pumping his heart himself.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, John. I
Come
know
on,
you
John.
can do that line.
Come on, John. Come on, baby boy. You can make it, man.
Hey now.
Give him another jolt of energy, and it could work. Gary, you look extra sleepy and dopey today.
Uh-oh.
I mean, doesn't he? He's like his one eye is open, one eye is closed. I mean, what'd you have, a rough weekend?
Yeah, I had a rough weekend.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
You used to stay up way too late on Sunday night.
No, I got a...
Look at his eyes; they're all puffy.
Well, I know when I saw him this morning, I thought he'd been in a fight.
Yeah, you know what he looks like? He looks like a guy who's just been in a boxing match.
I have a
Still been
sty.
crying because
I've been
John
avoiding you all morning.
Is that what you have?
Yeah, one eye's closed.
Ooh.
I'm not tired.
You look extra stupid.
No, it's just the one eye's closed.
I mean, he looks
He's too
incredible.
dumb to open both eyes.
Why do you have a sty?
Yeah, I don't know. It just happens. Robin, medically, why does that happen?
Because you're
that's
filthy.
like one of those kind of herpes things or something.
Yeah.
It's just a...
You just have herpes.
It just happens, right?
yeah, it's just a something in your body.
Yeah. It's a cold from being run down, basically. It's a cold in your eye, basically, being run down and obviously not taking care of yourself. And you're getting fatter than John Candy.
Uh-oh.
Look at the double
I'm
chins.
somewhere between John Candy and John Madden.
Yeah. Anyway, so... God, you look weird.
I know. I really look terrible.
You do.
Like a pirate.
What did you think? You know how you usually come in?
It's like a pirate. Like Popeye.
Didn't you notice I was talking to you while I was sitting at the...
No, I didn't.
I had my back to you at the desk. Usually I come by and talk to you while you read the paper.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, maybe... So I said,
I didn't get the tickets, Flan.
Gorilla didn't say anything, so I said, maybe nobody will notice. And of
matey.
course, Stuttering John walks in and goes, hey, dude, what's wrong with your eye?
Long John Bowie. Yeah, I like taking phone calls. Albany, you're on the air. I talk about the phone callers in my interview in Playboy. Did you read it yet?
No.
You haven't gotten a copy of that
You
yet?
know what? They gave me a Xerox copy, and then I must have misplaced it.
Yeah. I was wondering what you thought of it. I thought it was pretty interesting. 20 pages of me talking about myself. I ragged out a couple of people. Anybody read it? Did you see Jackie?
Anybody
No, I
wanna
thought I was
apologize
banned
to?
from reading it.
No, I don't want to apologize. Just John Tash and beautiful wife Connie Seliger.
I'd like to read it.
I saw Jackie trying to read it. But then, he threw it down when I came in.
I asked them to make me a Xerox copy of it. I don't know if they did, though.
They never give me any.
Oh, shut up.
No one makes me copies. Just Robin.
A copy.
Robin and Howard get
I
every.
didn't even read it.
I just want to be treated as an equal on the show. Make just as much contribution.
Yeah, right, if not more.
Right.
Flying gag writer.
Oh.
One of you out there make us some copies, will you?
Myrtle Beach, one of our newer cities,
I'll
Robin.
make that my homework assignment today to read
Yeah.
that. So
I mean-
because I always find things in there that you don't even notice that you've said.
Yeah, right. I'm not that shocked by them. Other people are. No, I'm sure in 20 pages you should be able to find a lot. It's chock full of idiot stuff. Idiotic statements.
Howard,
Yes.
hey, how you doing, man?
Could you lower your radio?
Sure. All right.
This is what I talk about in the article. This is what made me think of it.
Yeah.
I said every phone call is identical.
Hey, I got a good classic skit for you all with that Frank Sinatra thing.
Cleveland, you're on the air. You know he has nothing funny to say. Cleveland, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
People get annoyed when I hang up on people. Trust me, I know when someone has something to say.
When someone says
Hey, Howard,
there's
I
a
got something to
classic,
say.
you run.
I'm sorry, what?
I think I got something to say.
What?
Yeah, I wrote you a letter about a couple out in California smoking toad juice.
Yes, I read that.
And what's up with that? I'm not quite of age to know about that.
If you send me something in the mail and I don't comment on it,
Uh-huh.
means I'm not interested.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I figured Jackie knows something about that.
No, Jackie doesn't know anything about anything.
I could see
Jackie only knows about his tapes and his friend Burf.
Oh, all right.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
That's what Jackie knows.
I have CDs.
Dallas, you're on the air. I'm not going to talk to you on a car phone. No, I'm not.
Why do
Albany.
they insist on calling in? You've always said that.
Albany, you're on the air. Because they all think their phone call connection is better than mine.
Hello?
Imagine technology, though. There's a guy driving in his car in Buffalo on his car phone.
He's calling New York City.
That's pretty cool. He's driving in his car somewhere in Buffalo, and he's calling us in New York City. And we're putting it out over the air so that millions of people can hear it in their cars. It'd be a lot simpler if people just, we eliminate us, just put people next to each other on their cars, roll down their window and talk to each other.
Good idea.
What can I do for you?
I just called up to hang up.
All right.
Okay, well.
Well, then do it. All right. Remember I said about a minute ago that I love taking phone calls?
What's that? Howard Stern?
Yes, Las Vegas, you're on the air.
Right on, Howard Stern. Hey, we have a potential problem in Las Vegas here. The KFBI, or the other radio station, has possibly sold out, and the other two disc jockeys who are your rivals, Johnson and Tofty, they want to hire them here at this radio station. And they're trying to take a poll to see how Las Vegas...
Jesus. God, what a jerk. What a jerk. Like I care. What's going on out there? Is anybody scoring above 700 on their SATs?
Does everybody think everything is sports?
You're on the air in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a much more sophisticated city. I think that they will have something
You
to
think
say.
so?
Yeah. You're on the air. Yes.
I want to know, was Robin ever on rollerblades prior to the New Year's Eve special?
Finally, a good call, Robin.
Someone sees a highway.
She kind of paddles with her right leg while her left leg is perfectly rigid.
Well, that was the leg that was broken, okay?
Yeah. She broke her leg. She actually had 2 broken ankles and still rollerblade. I thought she was quite a trooper. Now knowing that, don't you think she did a good job? All right, thank you.
I know she was complaining about the music. I think she could have skated to the Star Spangled Banner. It wouldn't have really mattered.
Yeah, I think it would have been the same routine. That's true. That's a good point.
The routine was different. And because they kept changing the music, we had to take out all the stuff that I was doing.
All the hard stuff.
Yes, because we kept having to change the routine over and over again.
Yeah, sure. You're on the air in New York. Yes, you're on the air.
Howard,
Yep.
does Elephant Boy speak Chinese?
It sure sounds it, doesn't it? I can barely hear you. You're on the air in New York.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Howard?
Yeah.
Listen, did you ever hear the Giuliani acceptance speech?
Did I ever hear the Giuliani acceptance speech?
Yeah, when somebody yelled out your name
No.
and he ignored that?
No, I didn't hear it.
No, I was trying to call you a while ago to tell you about it, but I never got through.
What was he accepting?
He was, when he won the mayoral race. Whatever.
The mayoral race?
Yeah,
The mayoral race?
the mayoral race, whatever you want to call it.
Was this right after he had been declared the winner?
Yeah, his
I
acceptance
see.
speech. Somebody yelled out Howard Stern.
You wouldn't happen to have it queued up, would you?
No.
No, we haven't heard that.
No, you should check it out.
Why, we have the mayor with us. Mr. Mayor, why did you ignore my name being yelled at?
He heard it.
No, I'm talking to the mayor now.
Okay.
You just stop it in the background.
What?
I was telling this gentleman to keep quiet. I was doing city business. I was being duly sworn in.
Well, I guess you represent all the people. To acknowledge me might have looked bad for your
To
image.
acknowledge you at this point.
Yeah, but admit that your image would have been tarnished if you acknowledged the name Howard Stern. Even though I supported you and I continue to support you, for some reason you feel that it would alienate people if you somehow associated with me. Is that true?
Yes.
It would be a political liability, if you will.
Would I be a political liability?
I think you would turn out to be some sort of political liability.
Yeah, but I think that there is a point to be made that many people listen to me, many responsible business people, and I think that maybe your perception of my audience is off.
And not only that, he's been a great supporter of yours.
All right.
My perception is off?
Yeah. I'm saying your perception of who my audience is off.
Perception?
Right. Your perception.
I have to look that up, and I don't even know what that word means.
All right.
Perception.
Well, my perception is Jackie better write you something funny to say.
What's wrong with him over there?
Yeah, right.
No question. Let's go to scores.
Okay.
I love that topless crap.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right. That was our mayor.
No mayor needs a speechwriter.
Yeah, what is this? You need a speechwriter, Mr. Mayor.
I'm good at handling emergencies.
Buffalo, you're on the air. One final phone call, and then I must break. Yes, you're on the air.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen. Gary. Hey, Howard, I just want... Howard, I just want to let you know, Captain Jenks, I believe, is the one with the satellite dish.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that now available on satellite dish is the Triple X programming.
All right, thank you.
Howard,
Yeah.
were you looking to get one, or I understand, at one point you said you wanted one because...
Am I looking to get a satellite dish?
Yeah.
Can I bring
I
it
didn't know
over?
if, I know at one time Captain Jenks had
But,
mentioned
sir,
it.
what is he talking about, Robin?
I guess he's in the satellite business.
Oh, no. I own one. I just wondered if you were aware that...
Why is everyone talking like they're under a rock?
I think that his wife must be upstairs and doesn't know he watches this XXX show.
What happened? You order a satellite and your wife doesn't know you watch XXX? Is Robin right?
Oh, well, no. We'll leave it at that. But anyway...
Is that what happened?
Well...
I know. I would order a satellite dish for XXX and pretend that I was getting it so that the kids would have more to watch.
That's right.
Well, there is a wide variety to watch on satellite. I just thought maybe you...
You sound like you're really... You know what it is? This guy spent a lot of money on a satellite, and he wants everyone to know how happy he is. I don't know what his agenda is. I'm not really understanding what your call means.
I wanted to make you aware that satellite now offers...
I don't like when people say, alls I wanted to make you aware of. It's all I wanted to make
I'm
you aware
calling to tell you that
Yes.
that satellite now offers XXX programming. That's
He
all.
thought maybe that would be the thing to push you over the edge. If you had
'Cause I
not
know
made the
at one
decision
point, Howard,
completely.
I mean, how many porno movies must I watch? I mean, you know...
You can't even see the kind of porno he watched.
The only time I'm allowed to watch porno is either here at the station or at my house when I'm hiding from my wife and kids.
And I don't think even XXX is showing the stuff that we watch.
As soon as my wife and kids leave the house, which is very rare that you have all three kids out, the housekeeper out, and your wife out, I have a little stash of porno I watch.
Well, he's...
and I watch it for about a second, and I grab
Would it be easier for you to just flip a channel?
Well, a porno tape is terrific because it takes me about a year to get through one porno.
But can you hear them if they come back in?
Oh, yeah, I have alarms set in the house. I have alarms, and so if they walk anywhere they walk through, I would know, just in case. The worst would be to get caught by your kids with your pants down around your ankles watching a porno film. I mean, that would be the end of your credibility as a parent. And the kids would blackmail you. What do you mean I can't go to my friend's house? I'll tell Mommy we caught you with your pants down watching a porno tape. No, that would be something that would put my kids in the psychiatrist's office for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So I make double sure. Sometimes I even walk through the house.
Even the office is alarmed.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the doors bolted. I got alarms on.
This channel offers 6 new movies. It's like the day after they make it, they're on the air. You know what I'm saying? It offers 6 new movies a week. Guaranteed.
Good.
6 new movies in 35.
Oh, guaranteed.
Oh, guaranteed. Well, all I know is I
You can always tape them.
I walk. So then I lock up the house, and then I have these tapes.
Now, where are the porno tapes? They're locked up. They're under lock and key.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're in my office. I have like 3 of them that are good.
But they're not in a drawer that they could just open up and see.
No, but they're around. I mean, I wouldn't think it was the worst thing in the world if my kids saw porno films. I mean, not that they're around anywhere where they can get them.
It's not that it's bad. I just wonder if you want your kids to know that you do this.
No. Are you kidding? That would be horrible. I mean, yeah, who wants them to know that? You know, I'm trying to be a regular dad.
Well, you don't do anything else with those movies, so...
Well, you know what it is? Every time I'm watching the movie, right, and I really get into it, and I always say to myself, after I'm finished, I'm going to continue watching this movie because it's so good. And do you guys do this? I always, every time I go, I'm going to keep watching because this is so good. I'm just going to keep going.
I want to see how this ends.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Did you know that...
Sir, I'm in the middle of a story.
To get off this XXX thing. And then,
Sir,
did you know there was 5...
Can you hear, Howard?
Yeah, well...
I'm in the middle of a story.
I know, but my time is limited, though.
Oh, your time is limited.
Oh.
Well, you know, because you'll cut me off and everything.
What is it?
Well, the worst used to be when I was single. You watch Channel J.
Yeah.
And you see all the girls that were in here that during the day that wouldn't take their clothes off.
Yeah.
They'd be on like the Robin Bird show getting naked and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of rough because in our line of work we do meet a lot of exciting women who want to have sex with us.
But don't you think that we are like a little jaded? Those porno movies that we watch, which are as wild as anything we've ever seen, we're like already bored by them.
Yeah, well, we're jaded because we have these girls coming here for real and are willing to get it on with us.
No, I'm talking about the quality of the film that now comes into this studio.
Are you complaining? You sound like you're upset.
Are you talking about the technical aspect or just how vile it's gotten?
How vile?
We've gone to we're definitely hardcore porno abusers. We now get porno sent to us. I told you about the Japanese enema tape.
The tapes have gotten so vile that Robin has actually considered not eating her lunch while she watches them.
She ate during the whole Japanese enema tape.
Wait a minute.
You ate through the whole enema
Takes the
tape.
last bite. She says, I can't take any more.
No,
Yeah, she finished up her lunch.
I couldn't even finish. I had to, there was a,
I'm yet to see you not
there
finish
was a
your
bite
lunch.
left.
All right.
And I had to put up a
Reach for
bag
it. Somebody reach for it.
in order to finish it through most of that one.
We probably watch tapes that aren't even legal.
Right, I think some of them are illegal.
It better not be legal.
Anyway, what did you want to ask me?
I just wanted to let you know, Howard, I get, not that it really matters or not, because I know you're not enthused about it, but I do get like 5 HBOs that don't show the same movie at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I get 3 Cinemaxes, 3 Showtimes, 2 movie
He's getting
channels.
different time zones.
He's really into it.
He's getting the same
But
movies.
you say, into it?
No.
Same channel, different times.
It's the same
Oh, no,
HBOs.
Papa High.
Uh-huh.
No, you're getting the same HBO, but you're getting different time zones.
Well, they may show the same movie, but on like a different day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy.
None of them show the same movie at the same time.
I don't know that I'm that interested in satellite.
Well, I just wanted to let you know
You
that
know, the only thing that we'd really be interested
open you
in.
up to a new world, and plus, you know,
I want to
satellite.
enlighten you.
They send the movies down, and you can actually have it in Dolby Pro Logic. You can't get that across the cable.
Did you know there are 9
know what I'm saying?
planets in our solar system, Howard?
Yeah.
I would like to show them to you.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. What can you tell me about those 9
Just thought
planets?
you'd like to know.
What's that?
I have guys who are in love with me.
It's true.
This guy's in love with me.
He's trying to turn you on to something, so he said, yeah, I got him into it.
I get 16 HBOs. Just thought
I'm
you
not trying to
wanted
sell you a computer.
But the only thing we'd really be interested in is those news things.
I have a huge
Oh, those are
telescope,
great. There's been
Howard.
times I've been
You
watching
can see
it, like Peter
Kansas
Jennings
City.
picking his nose and stuff. I wish I could listen to the radio right now to know what's going on right now.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You realize how foolish you sound.
I hear something in the background.
All right. Hey, thanks. I got to go.
But he
Yeah,
is right. He's talking about he gets to see Peter Jennings pick his nose.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Yeah,
might get a
that kind of
satellite dish
stuff.
for that, just to see Peter Jennings pick his nose and like
You
see
know, when
Larry
you-
King say stupid stuff
When
during
you
the
watch
commercial.
Larry
Bill
King
Clinton
live,
swear at people.
Howard,
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
you see him checking his handkerchief
See,
for
Howard.
blood instead of the commercials.
right.
You get to see sports guys. Like I've seen sports guys having their bald spot painted during the break.
Do you really? That's cool.
Hey, Howard, one
Yeah.
more thing. You know, sometimes I don't get to hear you. I wanted to tape your show off the satellite, but I having difficulty finding where I could find you to tape it. Like I want to tape it on a VCR tape and then like
Well,
listen.
don't you get it over the radio? Why do you have to do everything?
Well-
Now that you have a satellite, you have to do everything with your
Well,
satellite?
sometimes I can't listen to your program. So
So why don't you tape it off the radio and then just listen to it later?
because what's a tape? A 90-minute tape?
Yeah.
And your show's on for 4 or 5 hours?
Ever
This
heard
way,
of dual
if I
cassette?
put the VCR tape on...
Well, why don't you
What did
just
you-
hook it? Why don't you just hook your VCR up to the audio of the radio show? You can record it onto
Because
a...
I live on the moon, Howard. I can't do
I didn't know I
that.
could do
Now he got a satellite. He wants it. You know. What do you mean you didn't know you could do that? Of
I didn't
course
know
you
I
could
could
do
do
that.
that.
Just
I didn't
plug
know.
it. Just there's, in the back of your VCR. There's an input. You can put your audio output into the input, and then you're done.
All right.
And you record on your VCR
I'll have to try that.
instead of going out and wasting all that money on a satellite.
Well, I already have one. So I figured I'd take advantage of it.
This guy really wants to use that satellite.
Well, why not? I paid enough for it.
You know what I found? I almost got a satellite. The reason I didn't is I found out that, let's say you get a satellite. Let's say you got 5 TVs in your house.
Uh-huh.
If you get a satellite, it's only good for one television. Then you
Unless
gotta
you have like an AB switch set up.
yeah, then you got to get all, and then through the rest of the house, everyone's got to watch the same thing you're watching.
That's true. Unless you have another... Well, no.
Right,
You got to have another line.
You have to get basic cable
Yeah.
so that you can AB it so
Right.
that you can watch the basic cable.
Yeah, it's
Or-
absurd.
Well, you know...
So it's not a deal. I thought that you get satellite and you can put it all through your whole house.
Well, you'd have to have different tuners, but you only could watch different channels on that satellite. In other words, if you're on G-Star 3 or something like that, and you wanted to watch channel 1 in one room...
It just got too complicated when the
Yeah.
guy started
Exactly.
explaining it to
Star
me.
3
It is
already
complicated.
threw us off.
Yeah, I'll stick with cable. All right, thanks, dude.
I don't need more than one TV. I killed my wife. Do you like Chinese vegetables, Howard?
Yes.
Because I use the satellite dish to make beautiful snow peas and water chestnuts.
You sound like you're very, very involved with the show.
Yes.
You sound like you have a very empty life.
I wish I could get the show, but I don't get it. I'd like to tape it. Do you know there are 44 sounds in the English language? I just thought you want to know. My God, my units are bleeding.
I like these calls. I mean, guys call me up with information.
I just wanted you to know. And first he was whispering.
I just want you to know.
Thought you might like to know.
We might need.
You might need this information.
There's triple X on the
I
satellite.
quit my job so I could watch more satellite. HBO 6. Need satellite. Need satellite now. More satellite. I need constant input. Soon I may join the Columbia Record Club.
Oh.
Just thought you might like to know that. Do you like records?
Yeah.
I could sign you up.
No, that's okay. I think I'll just go to a record store.
Thought you might like to know.
All right.
I robbed a bank so I could buy a satellite for my dog.
I like when he goes,
I wish I could hear what was on the radio now. Howard, I'd like to pick up your show on satellite so I can tape it.
I go, tape it. You got to get a radio. What do you need? You need your satellite for radio?
I can't listen to it all the time.
I'm excited. I may have already won. The cassettes are not big enough.
What's a cassette? 90 minutes?
The guy's got a disc the size of his garage so he can tape this radio show.
Yeah, right. All right, let me take a break, Rob. We'll come back. We'll do the news. I didn't get to Stuttering John. Tomorrow, first thing,
All right.
Stuttering John, then Steve Gorillo's thing.
Where's President Reagan?
All right, we'll take a break. Hey, you guys hear that noise, that hum?
People of Earth.
Listen. Wait.
I hear a hiss.
Wait. All right. Now it's off. Now it's on.
Oh, there.
That's Fred's equipment.
It's the
Really?
board. It's like it's a.
This is ridiculous.
Are you quitting again?
I'm quitting. I can't even quit again. They won't let me. It's ridiculous. Fred has a mixing board over there that, he plays the sound effects through. All right, and now I have it off. Now I have it on.
Has that always been there?
People of Earth.
Must kill president.
I bet your mixing board at home isn't that loud. You got one of them.
No, I've got a better grounded mixing board at home, and mine's $12.
Now, when you play sound effects through your computer,
Right.
you get none of that noise.
No, none of that. Only here. Only here in a professional radio station.
Yeah. A broadcast facility.
Pull out all the tapes, Fred. See if we can hit.
No,
All right. What is that?
I pulled all the pots.
No, it just went off when you did
I
something.
pulled the fader down
Oh.
on that mic.
Yeah. Oh, is that the mic?
It might be the
All
mic.
right, turn that mic off and sit over there. All right. And let's get that fixed today, Fred. Let's talk to someone about it. Let's not keep it to ourselves.
Talking to him now.
All right. But they'll tell you nothing's wrong.
Of course.
That I'm crazy. I'm the only one who hears that noise.
So that was the mic.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, where were we?
You said we're going to do news.
Yeah, we're going to do the news, Robin. Enough obla-di-obla-da.
No.
You want more?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's becoming a big hit.
Yeah, that is a big hit.
request. Well, Kurt Cobain
Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain.
woke up.
Yeah, what'd he say?
We were having so much fun while he looked like he was on his last legs.
That's the guy from Nirvana, right?
Yeah, lead singer of Nirvana. He was taking a little time off in Italy to recuperate from the flu and to get a little rest. He was exhausted from the tour that Nirvana is on, and they say he was on a couple of different medications for recurrent stomach problems, his flu, and wound up taking a little bit too many tranquilizers along with his champagne.
For his flu.
Publicity stunt.
No publicity stunt.
So darn it, this was an accident.
What was his
Tried
first
to
words?
Kill himself.
Were they?
They said when he woke up, he wanted a strawberry milkshake.
Wait, he's waking up. What's he going to say? How's John Candy? My favorite actor. He's the reason I want to live. I kept thinking of my John Candy movie.
I kept thinking I hadn't seen airplanes, cars, and trains.
Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see the one where he falls in love with Ali.
Only the lonely.
That was good. Only the lonely.
Yeah, Maureen O'Brien came out of retirement for that one.
The great outdoors.
Yeah, and can you imagine Maureen O'Brien came out of retirement to be in the worst John Candy movie ever made? Do you think that maybe she didn't come out of retirement, that maybe, maybe she just hasn't been that many parts around?
Nobody had offered her a job.
Yeah. I mean, that thought crossed my mind. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, anyway, there's one person besides us who wasn't so impressed or sympathetic to Kurt Cobain's problem, and it was Ted Nugent, Howard.
Ted Nugent, right?
Yeah, rocker.
I like Ted.
From Yankees and his own solo work.
Yes.
Here's what he had to say when he heard that Kurt Cobain had taken an overdose of tranquilizers and gone into a coma.
I think it's good that a moron like that is standing up loud and embarrassed that drugs are for fools and that poisoning your good health is a sin of insane proportion. And I think it's good that young people can see that once again, ignorant abuse of drugs and alcohol one more time knocks a man on his ass. And I might mention his worthless ass.
All right, Ted. Angry, huh? Guess you can't have a problem around Ted, huh?
Don't be a little bit uptight around him.
Strong man.
Love to be his kid.
All right.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you about your worthless ass.
I see Ted had more to say, Robin.
Well, Ted wasn't only talking about Kurt Cobain, Howard. He actually was honored on the floor of Congress as a role model not too long ago by one of the congressmen who he helped to organize some kind of thing around hunting. You know, he's a big hunter. And the congressman wanted to give him an accolade for being
hunting.
a good role model. And here's how Ted Nugent...
Thank you for thinning out the herd.
Yeah, what is that? Wasn't that Congressman Lee? I think so.
Hey, thank you, Ted.
Here's how Ted
On behalf
felt
of the Senate chamber.
about being so honored.
This is what the Senate's busy with. All right, here's what Ted felt. Hold on, I'm having trouble.
It's great that I'm able to share this accountable lifestyle, particularly from a hunting family, with a bunch of young people who do look up to rock and roll people.
He's way into hunting.
I'm pleased that they look up to me because I have spit in the face of pathetic, transparent peer pressure regarding drugs and alcohol and other worthless poisons. And for my celebrity to allow me to be a role model to young people, man, they could do worse.
I've spent my time killing things.
Oh, does he play the guitar?
He sounds a little testy, like maybe somebody who hasn't sold any records in a while.
He's upset with Nirvana because I guess they do.
Yeah.
And then they have the nerve to take drugs.
Kurt's lucky Nugent didn't shoot him with an arrow.
If he could have gotten to him. But anyway, Kurt Cobain was only in a coma for an hour. You know, here we
Big
were.
deal.
all
Fred's been in a
worried.
coma for the last 7 years.
And it hasn't hurt him a bit.
Hurt him. Nothing's happened.
Wait!
It'll be interesting.
Like to eat your cancer when your soul turns black. He's another guy who's angry at his success. Like, that's his image. He's angry because he's a rock star.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what this does to his songwriting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll change it. Didn't he sound like he was writing for like a guy in a coma anyway?
He sounded like a depressed guy.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was so happy. I could have predicted that this would come on. But not to be topped. Frank Sinatra had his own
Good work,
rush
Frank.
with bad health this weekend. He collapsed while on stage in Richmond, Virginia.
It's hot. It's really hot in here. Can we stop the music, please? I'm sweating.
Here is Mike Laffey, who was
Mike
at
Laffey?
the concert.
Stop laughing.
No, his name is Laffy.
I collapsed.
He was at the concert, and this is what he saw.
Mike Laffey? Mm-hmm. Jackie, you should change your name to Jackie Laffey. Jackie Laffey. All right,
If I sing those songs one more friggin' time, I'll puke.
You were just sick of singing the same songs, right?
Over and over.
All right, here is Mike Laffey, Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the second chorus of My Way. The second or third verse, he turned and asked his son, Frank Jr., for a chair to sit in. And as the younger Sinatra went to get the chair, he got off to the corner of this the stage, and then Mr. Sinatra just fell forward. And,
I wish I'd been there.
Collapsed on stage.
Hey, Frank Jr., give me a chair.
We were in the middle of that Nirvana number. Listen. I want to chew your scabs and lick your zitty face.
So,
But that is quite a performance, don't you think?
Yeah.
That's more than worth the ticket price.
What does it cost to see Frank Sinatra, normally?
I would imagine those are, $50 tickets or something.
It's always funny when did anybody tape it? Because we have, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to play you more tape of Elvis Presley screwing up on stage, new tapes.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's always fun when they,
I'm sure they tape of every performance.
Right.
But I don't know that it's been released yet. I will be watching very carefully tonight to see if anybody actually has the footage of Frank falling over.
Flat on his face, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't the worst. Luckily, my socks caught it.
But just imagine, Frank Jr. is over in the corner.
Pick me up.
Help me.
You good for nothing.
And that's his livelihood.
Yeah.
Pick me up.
Do you think Frank Jr. goes, okay, the old man finally passed away, I'm going to get his money? Do you think that Frank is going to do something cruel, like leave the money to Barbara Sinatra?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that Frank Jr. knows he has to keep this man alive.
Really?
Yes.
That's smooth. Is that the way you got it, Frank?
Yeah.
I'll say.
I love him. My poor son. Hey, he's a good kid. Pick me up. It's hot in here. Get me to the hospital.
So anyway, here is the spokesperson now. They have to get Frank's spokespeople out to allay any fears that Frank is not going to be able to continue his concert tours. So here is Susan Reynolds with the official statement.
Susan, tell him I'm going to be okay.
Frank Sinatra became overheated and passed out for a few moments on stage tonight at the Mosque Theater in Richmond, Virginia.
Maybe it's time to stop working.
I'm dizzy.
Why? What's the drive there?
I don't know. I don't think Barbara wants him at home. And then here's...
I heard it took Barbara 20 or 25 minutes to get to Frank's side when he passed out.
And here's...
Barbara.
I love you.
Hey there, cute.
Hey,
Put on
baby.
your dancing boots.
Here's Oliva Johnson from the hospital to say what actually happened to Frank once he was admitted.
He was checked into the Medical College of Virginia, and his vital signs were stable. He was alert, and then he was released at 12:17 a.m.
Frank is now supposed to be back in Palm Springs at his home resting.
And now the end is near, and now
All right, very good.
So here's a little bit of Frank live, just in case. This isn't where he falls over, unfortunately.
half
Just
live.
a little bit of Frank Sinatra.
She loves the theater and she never jumps in here late. She never someone she hates. That's
Baba Boo. Baba Boo.
All right, very good.
I got a show tomorrow night in Tokyo. Hey, I can't disappoint them chinks. Crack a bottle of bourbon and suit me up.
Don't you think you should slow down, Frank?
No, never.
Really?
Never.
We'll keep going right to the end. All right,
All
very
the way
good.
to the end.
All right, very good. We're going to take a break, Rob. We'll be back with more news right after these words.
What if one of your children actually turns out to be a lesbian?
I would not be unhappy about that.
You would encourage her to...
I would encourage her to be a lesbian.
And you would be open to
Yes.
the lesbian lifestyle. Suppose she was like Butch and not a lipstick lesbian.
That I'd be opposed to. That I would be opposed to. Like her look her best. Butch, I can't handle. No, that lesbianism never bothered me. Doesn't bother me.
You're sure now?
If she was an unhappy lesbian, she said, my God, why do I have to be in this horrible lifestyle?
Well, it's always, there's a lot of pressure to be like everyone else. You understand that, so it's not going to be easy.
If she told me that she was having a horrible time, I would cure her of it.
But wait a minute. It's always a horrible time.
Well, if it is, then I would cure her of it. I can cure someone of lesbianism.
I was watching a special on HBO this weekend.
It's not a
Howard.
tough thing. You don't have to be a
And
genius.
there is more and more evidence stacking up that the homosexual brain is different from a heterosexual brain.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Look at Fred. I believe everyone's brain is different.
But there are certain characteristics that go along with being homosexual, implying that homosexuality could in some way be genetic.
It is not. It is not genetic
You
at all.
still have not been able to explain away homosexuality in the animal kingdom.
It's not there.
It's not.
Have you ever seen two male dogs do it? No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. I've never seen it. I do not believe that there is homosexuality in the animal kingdom.
But
I know there isn't. I've never seen it, and I don't see any evidence of it. Oh, if you put two horny dogs next to each other, they might rub up against each other because they don't know any better. But they don't do full homosexual sex.
How do you know?
Because I know
Haven't
it.
you ever seen a dog with a strand of pearls?
No. I've never seen a dog with ballet slippers.
Bark.
I am telling you there is no evidence of homosexuality in the animal kingdom, and I am also telling you that homosexuality is not genetic. It is a learned or a reaction to society's pressures. And that's it. That's the end of the discussion. It can be cured, and that's it.
But your daughter likes being a lesbian. She just
likes it, then fine.
Wait a minute. She just is having trouble with the pressures of society.
Right.
Like coming out. You know, when is she she's got to tell her dad, I
She
don't
can
want
tell
to
me.
date Ralph.
No,
I
I'm
want to
a-
date Susan.
Right. Well, she's never dating Ralph. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. I would have no problem with it. But the point is, you asked me, the original question was, you're getting off the topic.
Well, I just wanted to explore all of these
No,
things.
the original question was,
When can they have sex?
my children can have sex when they're married. That's when I want to hear that they're having sex. That's what would please me.
And wait a minute.
Sure, it's realistic.
If you had a son,
I got relatives who are virgins.
if you had a son, would it be the same?
What?
Yes,
come
you
on.
were burping too loud
What happened
to
to
hear
the
the question.
What happened to the news?
This is news to
This
me.
is not news.
I want to know this.
What kind of news is this?
I want to know if it
What do
was
you
a
wanna know?
son, would
Yeah.
it be different?
In what respect?
When would it be appropriate for him to have sex?
16.
And he's getting married at 16, I would
No,
imagine.
he doesn't have to be married.
Who's he knocking up or knocking off?
Gonna wear rubber.
Take him to scores.
Take him to scores.
Oh, somebody else's daughter's all right
You
to
want to
be
know
filed
something?
by your
You
little
want to know
boy.
something? I would be very happy if my son waited till marriage.
You don't seem to be happy.
Just because I'm unhappy doesn't mean he'd be happy. I have an unusual circumstance. I'm on the radio, and I've got tons of good-looking women coming on to me. That's why I'm unhappy.
Yeah, and he's going to be Howard Stern's kid.
Yeah. Well, then he's never going to get married. So what's the problem?
I just wonder about your warped morality.
It's not warped. It's clear. It's very clear.
There's one set of rules for you,
Right.
and one set of rules for everybody else.
Right. That's right.
And everybody else's daughter can be your son's little whore, but
Right.
your little angels
Right.
are supposed to be pristine
Yes.
until marriage.
Well, now you understand my feeling.
I just wanted to make sure I was clear on the whole thing.
And now commit that to memory so you don't have to ask any more questions. You guys see it my way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there after your daughters now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Married to the family.
Back up the Brinks truck.
What else you got there, Robin?
You thought, hey, Uncle Jackie is son-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, kids. Hi. You're lying next to Kurt Cobain.
In a deep coma.
This is going to upset you. One woman said she wanted to teach serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer about Jesus, so she sent him $350 along with some Bible literature. Another woman sent him $50 so that Dahmer could buy cigarette stamps and envelopes. A 74-year-old nun sent him $10 to reimburse Dahmer for postage on 2 art books that he mailed to her.
Wow.
People who send Dahmer money represent a very sick group of people from around the world who contribute for whatever reason.
Hey,
according
I don't have to explain
the
myself.
representatives of relatives and relatives of the victims.
I don't see it that way.
What do you think, Mr. Dahmer?
I just want to thank the nun that sent it to me. Yours in Christ, Jeffrey.
I got a letter from a guy trying to, hoping that Jesus Christ would straighten me out. He used to be a big fan of ours. And he listened to us every day, and we got him through tough times and all that stuff. And then somewhere down the line, he found Jesus Christ. And we don't really understand what Jesus Christ means to people. And
Well, wait a minute. If we saved him first,
yeah.
how come Jesus is now more important than we are?
Well, I think he's one step away from the loony bin, this guy.
Thank you, sister. Next time, send a finger.
Oh,
How could anyone? It really is
a
scary.
nun even.
Yeah.
In late January, according to the latest records available, Dahmer's assets were $4,284.
That's more than Fred's assets.
With the money, he buys magazines, comic books, and cassette recordings, including Gregorian chants and the sounds of humpback whales.
$39.95 for our new video cassette.
In addition to exchanging letters, prison records say Dahmer uses Bible study and dark humor to deal with penitentiary boredom, which he is quoted as calling a living death.
Yeah, living death. How about giving him a true living death? How about, like, stretching him on a rack? Oh, man.
It
Living
amazes me that there are people out there who want to help Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, Fred. Sorry. He seems like a good guy. He's a nice man. He's got a good heart.
Deep down. You know, when you get past the murders.
All right. He murdered a lot of people we didn't like.
And what do I get for it? A bright orange jumpsuit.
All right.
An elderly woman was laying in her living room couch, for as many as 7 years, Howard, while her son continued to live in the house.
Wait, let me get this straight.
Georgia Farrell probably died in 1987 at the age of 88. Her mummified body wasn't discovered until Friday, though, in Boise, Idaho, when neighbors went to check on her son, Robert Farrell.
Right.
She was lying there like she was watching TV with her head on a pillow.
Cool.
Mother.
Mother.
It appears she died of natural causes, but they're going to do a further investigation. Farrell is in his 60s. He was taken to a psychiatric unit. For an evaluation.
I'm going to do that with my mom when she goes. Isn't it amazing how quiet people's lives are that, like, you could get away with doing that? Like, you know.
Yeah.
Having
That
your
nobody, for 7 years,
Yeah.
there wasn't a delivery to this house.
How'd they find her?
Well, what happened was neighbors started to notice, I guess, that they hadn't seen this Robert Farrell at all.
Yeah.
And so they decided to go looking for him. They couldn't get him to answer the doorbell, so they entered through an unlocked door and noticed the body when Farrell asked them for some water.
We don't need to answer that door, Mother. Do you want to watch Cops or Love Connection tonight?
Those people just want to bother us. Well, we're minding our own business.
Mother. I just like to watch TV with Mother.
Mother, no reason why we have to answer that door, respond to human contact.
Is there?
Mother, are you warm? Should I fetch you a blanket? Mother, why don't you answer? Mother, should I answer the bell? I don't know what to do, Mother. I'm confused. There's knocks at the door, Mother. Mother, why aren't you responding?
Hi, Mother. Why are you just lying there?
Mother, don't just sit there. Hide. They're coming for you, Mother. We'll be separated. Open up. Where's your mother? Mother.
I'll bring the flies with you.
Guy said they've been getting along really well for the last 7 years.
Things are going so well. Ignore them, Mother. Ignore the doorbells. Ignore the knocks. I'm going to keep the cheese knife in your stomach.
Norman. Norman.
Mother, is that you?
Norman. Answer the door, Norman.
Mother, would you like another beer? You haven't drank the other one. I gave you 600 beers in the last 7 years, and you
Mother,
never
your
drink.
beer's getting warm.
May I have a sip, Mother? What? You won't share with me, Mother? Well, I'm going to let the nasty man at the door see you. Mother, I'll open the door. That man will never bother us again.
Mother, this is the new ice draft. Maybe you'll like that better.
Yeah, this is much better. P.U., Ma. P.U.
Norman.
What?
Norman.
What? What? Mother?
Norman.
Stop saying Norman. Over and over again, it's Norman. Mother. Because the voices in my head are quiet. I can think that doorbell stopped ringing. Confused. I'm confused.
Norman.
It's Mother. Here, have a beer, Mom. Put it next to the other 600. Mother. That's still going on, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of that.
All the time.
A lot of guys freak out when their moms die. They just keep them on the couch. And that's against the law. I can't believe that's against the law. You can't keep your mother's corpse on your couch. I can't believe that.
Well, because of the health hazard.
To who is right? To the son? What does he care? It's a health
She's
hazard.
dead and he's shot.
Right. If you want to keep your mom stuffed on the couch, I think you should be allowed to.
Stuffed? He didn't have her stuffed, though. He just laid her there, and she just
Yeah.
sort of mummified on
All right,
her
well, then
own.
that's wrong. Mother, they're going to take me away from you. Mother, please. They're going to put you in a box and bury you 6 feet under, and I love you. Mother, I'm going to dress you in a lovely blue dress. My, your dress looks like it has maggots all over it. It's moving. Mother, I don't want them to see you like this.
Leave the maggots.
Mother, where's Father? I think I tripped over him in 1967. Unbelievable.
In Germany, an unemployed worker who mistakenly thought he had the HIV virus killed his wife and 2 children because he believed he had given them AIDS and wanted to spare them a long bout of suffering. The 31-year-old man strangled his wife and their 4-year-old daughter, and then he suffocated their 2-year-old son.
And I want them to live with me.
He then tried to commit suicide by slitting his own wrists,
And what happened? He wasn't successful?
but then he called his sister.
Oh, he figured out how to kill everyone but himself.
On Saturday, 2 days after the Thursday killing. So after
And it turns out he didn't have
several
AIDS?
days,
Yeah.
his wrists still hadn't completely drained his body of blood, so he didn't cut himself very badly, is what I'm saying.
Coward.
Police found the bodies in the garage closet. The man had said he read something in a doctor's report about an eye examination last year that led him to believe that he had AIDS and that he had passed it on to his family.
Like the eye doctor knows if you have AIDS. How's he gonna know?
He's now undergoing a psychiatric evaluation.
Have AIDS of the eye.
What? Do you believe it? Mother, it's your birthday. Wake up. You're 7 years older.
Blow out your candle.
Come on, we'll dance with the flies. Mother.
Eat some cake.
Eat your cake, Mother. Or I'll let that man at the door take you away. Eat your birthday cake.
Those bells.
Are we going to have another Watergate scandal?
I hope so.
Howard? We got this Whitewater thing brewing at the White House. Now they've subpoenaed some top aides of both the president and Hillary Clinton. In one of the tabloids, they're saying that Hillary has banned Barbara Streisand from the White House.
Really? Are you kidding me? Why is that?
Well, they say that Barbara, had sang at the that big fundraiser before he was elected, and then she sang at his inauguration.
Right.
Then she did some little sexy song, "My Bill,"
Right.
for one of his birthday celebrations or something.
You're not saying Hillary's an anti-Semite, are you?
No.
All right.
And then, she, during the song, she got very close to him and looked lovingly into his into his eyes when she was singing this "My Bill" line.
You mean
And then-
Hillary felt threatened by her?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Then when Hillary Clinton rushed off because, her father was ill and dying, Barbara Streisand stayed in the White House while she was gone. And not only that, when she did do this song with the president, Barbara and the president disappeared for a while.
Oh, boy. You don't think Bill climbed on Babs, do you?
No.
Sing to me upstairs.
Stranger things have happened.
Hey, Mr. Clinton, let's go upstairs.
So
That's
who
a
knows?
beautiful nose you got there, lady. Beautiful.
I like your nose. I like it a lot.
Up close, I can't see the honker.
Her body's good, Mr. Clinton. Isn't it? I mean, the body is good. It's the nose.
She's beautiful. Is the wife out?
I got to tell you, it's unfortunate in this country. Every time something starts going or something starts rolling, we have another scandal.
Yeah.
It always involves me. I love a horny Jewess.
No kidding. So she's banned from the White House.
That's according to a tabloid,
I
so
see.
you don't know how true that is.
Well, Robin, I hope you'll do a follow-up.
I've been meaning to get to this story for a while. Remember a couple of years ago, the story broke that Rick James, the singer, Super Freak, his big hit song, was accused of being, heavily into cocaine and had kidnapped a couple of women and sexually abused them.
Yeah.
Over the course of several days.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Well,
That's a good weekend.
the case ended and he was found guilty and now he's in jail.
Oh, that's not right.
Man's got to be a man.
Come on, give him a break.
He says he went from, this is in Vibe magazine this month, I guess. It says he went from spending $1,000 a week for coke to $300,000 to $400,000 a year on his habit, and he's very upset with his old friends Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Why?
Because they abandoned him when he got into trouble.
Yeah, like someone's going to hang with him. Yeah, they're going to go visit him in jail. They abandoned him.
He said they were just protecting their own rich asses.
Yeah. No, they're going to hang with him as he goes down.
Some of my rich so-called good friends could have come and offered some assistance, but they didn't. All they did was run because they didn't want to have their little careers tainted with the fact that they knew me when everyone knew that they knew me anyway. So he says they can kiss his ass.
All right. Pull down your pants.
They say he's shed his trademark braids and gained a little weight in prison.
Wait, Robin, you went to the braids and Rick James isn't into it anymore.
That's why I went. I said somebody needs to continue to do that. Of Prince, he says Prince is an arrogant, snooty-nosed mother blank.
Sounds like somebody's real bitter sitting there in prison.
He's one of those blacks who don't want to be black and don't want to be a man.
Say any words.
About MC Hammer borrowing Super Freak for You Can't Touch This. He said, I felt okay about it because I got paid, but I never looked at MC Hammer like any top-flight artist. He's a passing nothing. So, Rick James, still a little angry.
He should be pen pals with Ted Nugent. Ted's angry, too. Who told you that?
So that's what's happening.
I just want to remind you that... hold on a second.
Oh.
Just want to... Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Robin, I have a medical problem, stomach ailment. I'm on medication.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Where is this article? I wanted to ask you about this. There's a retarded woman who has petitioned the courts in Buffalo, New York to be sterilized.
Good for her.
And a judge agreed to the sterilization order because the woman is only 22 years old. She's been pregnant 3 times in less than 2 years, all by different men. She gave birth to one child that is being taken care of by her parents, I guess. She had a miscarriage, and another pregnancy ended last year.
So you mean you have to have a court agree to sterilize you? Can't you just go get sterilized?
No, you just can't go and take a 22-year-old woman and say, I want her sterilized.
Please,
Yeah,
I
guess
beg of you. I want to be sterilized. I want to be sterilized.
She must be good looking, though. I mean, she's been pregnant 3 times.
She has an IQ of about 70, making her developmentally disabled. The woman...
Sew me up. Sew me up.
No, you don't sew you up. You just remove stuff from her.
Want their daughter sterilized and had to go to court because she's not considered legally competent to make these decisions on her own.
Yeah.
At a hearing on Thursday, the woman told the judge that men take advantage of her sexually.
Tie my teeth.
And that she wants to be sterilized.
Where's she live?
Because she can't find the right man in Buffalo.
I heard all 3 different times she got pregnant was by guys who work at our radio station in Buffalo.
She said there are a lot of jerks out there, so that's probably true.
Yeah.
There are a lot of jerks out there.
So there you have it. Woman's going to be sterilized because she can't control her sexual behavior. And the only way to prevent her from getting pregnant again is to sterilize her.
You have to tie my TV tube.
Tie your TV tube? No. We're going to tie your tubes, not your TV tube. You really have a low IQ. Actually, it's probably the one guy who knocked her up 3 times. He just kept saying he was different guys. Bowie.
She couldn't tell.
Yeah, right. Put on a Mickey Mouse mask. Hey, I'm a different guy now.
You think it's me, but it's not me. Different hats. Different comedian.
Very good. All right. Hey, listen, don't forget to buy our videotape. And the backstage stuff is a lot of fun. You get to see Jackie the Joke Man working, actually writing and creating a line with me. We're deep in a huddle as I'm rising out of the ground on a toilet.
He's laying on the floor talking to you in a hole.
Jackie does his best work like that. You get to see the whole process. You get to see Baba Booey backstage, see what he does. He just comments on our creativity.
But I also like lots of Gary rehearsal.
Yeah. There's more Gary rehearsal than anything on the whole tape.
I didn't ask you guys to shoot it, you know. It just happened.
What?
Not like I was showing off for the camera.
You got to see Billy do an impression of Gary's face. Look. Let Robin see that, Billy. Gary has a sty.
I feel like Quasimodo.
His eyes look like two pee holes in the snow.
I know. You look weird, man. You look extra retarded.
I feel retarded today. I don't even.
We might have to go back in and shoot the tape. Oh man, look at you. It's getting worse.
It is.
It
His
is.
eyes are all red along with
No, but
being
one of the
half
eyes,
closed.
one of the eyes now is half closed and off to the side.
It's so much worse than it was before.
Can you
Is
see
it
out of
growing?
it?
No, it's heavy.
Oh.
I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep standing up.
Oh man.
Foey.
He looks super dull. Anyway, Gary's all over the backstage tape, and he's drooling on himself.
Can we have Gary sterilized?
Dullard. Foey. Dullard.
So anyway, it's a lot of fun, and stop rubbing your eye.
I'm not.
Because you're going to give us a sty.
It's not contagious.
Oh, a sty is highly contagious.
Robin?
Oh, what do you
He's
mean,
like
Robin?
a pet. What are you calling Robin for? I'm not an eye nurse.
All right, let me tell you something. Styes are highly, highly contagious. More contagious than colds.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? He's picking his nose and rubbing his eyes. It's not contagious. Every time he's sick, it's not
No,
contagious.
whatever he gets can't be caught by anyone else.
When we were backstage doing the pay-per-view that night, he was sick as a dog.
I was not sick. It turned out I have asthma.
Well, no, you didn't have asthma.
Yes.
You said you had bronchitis.
No, the doctor
Now you
told me,
have asthma?
The doctor told me it was bronchial asthma.
Yeah, okay. He was coughing. His nose was running. Everything was
Billy,
happening.
this is a radio show.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right.
We're enjoying it.
It's not contagious.
Yeah, it's not contagious. Everything Gary gets is loaned to his species. It's the only one of a kind.
We don't know what species.
To my genus.
Yeah. Genus. Genus is way too close to genius for you to be using in a sentence. But he sits there and he gets sick, and then he gives me sickness, and he's like, it wasn't me. I wasn't contagious. I had a sty. Out of hand.
I made your potatoes today.
Did you? No. Because I'm not eating them.
No, I didn't.
Stay away from my food. What did you want to? Oh, the backstage tape. So anyway, Gary's all over the backstage tape, and also if you order early, you will get the Leroy Neiman poster.
Yes.
Did you have that framed yet?
I haven't gotten my copy yet.
No.
We were supposed to send one out to
yeah,
get it
that one's
framed.
being framed. Yes, it is being framed.
All right.
I thought you meant my personal copy that you're going to sign for me.
No, I'm not giving you a personal copy.
Why?
I'll give you a copy like you gave my wife tickets to Barney.
Come on. Don't kill yourself laughing, Robin.
Those that help me get signed posters that will be worth a lot more money.
Oh, where should you take a knife and stick it in my back? She's terrible.
Anyway, it's $39.95. You must be 18 or older to order this. So you get a whole package in the mail. A huge package with the poster, limited edition. Read between the lines on that one. $39.95, $4.50 plus shipping and handling, and you must be 18 or older. And also
brought to you
by Infinity Ventures and me.
I'm just thinking, you know how your wife and children couldn't see Barney?
Yeah.
You should give him a poster about the size of a poster.
Yeah, right. So he can't see my poster. So it'll be worthless. In fact, Gary, give me back your book, Private Parts, that I autographed to you.
You never autographed one to me.
I didn't? Good. I won't. Gary lines up tickets for Barney, puts my wife and kids in the back row of Radio City Music Hall. My
Wait a
one-year-old
second.
didn't even know where she was.
Now you act like I handpicked the tickets and put them in
You
a bad
should have
area.
looked into it. Period.
Bubba Barney.
Bubba Barney. Made me look like a fool.
You probably had the kids all revved up how they were going to see Barney.
I know.
As soon as your sty clears up, you rent a Barney outfit. You go out to my house for the day. You entertain my children as
I
Barney.
said I would. I
All
would
right,
do it in a
good.
second.
Good.
You know the guy
I'm
that,
serious about that.
disappointing you is one thing, but your kids is
Yeah, next time, just buy tickets to Nebraska for my kids when they're supposed to be in Radio City Music Hall because they were just about as far away. Anyway, 1-800-52-STERN. If you think this is hijinks, wait till you see the tape. All right. Also, hey, let's remind you about Jackie Joke Man. Jackie Platinum Joke Page Martling, Thursday night, March 17th, St. Patty's Day. One big show at Rascals by the Shore in Ocean Township, New Jersey. It's going to be the wildest night of the year, Robin. For dirty jokes, and to order Jackie's new comedy CD, The Joke Man. Call the all-digital 516-922-WINE. Did you hear the new CD, The Joke Man, yet?
No.
It's gotten rave reviews.
Great cover, too.
Yes.
It's like a pensive Jackie.
Yeah, very, very. It's Jackie's dark era.
The thoughtful.
Really about time somebody listened to it and commented on it.
I listened to it.
You haven't said one word.
I
Good,
did, too. I
bad.
said it was good. I've said it for about a week.
That's
I
not
commented.
enough.
Well, what do you want me to do, Jackie? Get on my knees and genuflect?
No, I just like you to tell me you listened to it and you liked it. That's all.
Come on.
You never told me you listened.
I can't get past the Christmas songs myself. That CD.
Yeah. Call
Has
the
he
old.
ever watched one of my appearances anywhere? No.
No.
I've seen them all. I just don't want to embarrass you.
Oh.
Call the all digital 516-9221. Remember, speaking of your appearances, how about tomorrow we play that last Good Morning America you did?
Oh, okay.
Bring that in.
I have to bring it in?
Yeah, well, who has it?
Oh, okay.
You're the one who has it. Bring it from the Robin Quivers archive. 516-9221.
We all have them filed.
Boy, Gary, this Thursday night from 9 to 11 p.m. at the grand opening of the Paradise Club on 42 West 33rd
I saw
Street.
an ad in the paper for that today.
He'll be there with Vanessa Del Rio and Wendy Whoppers.
I have to make I just found out 2 minutes ago that Wendy Whoppers won't be able to make it.
Is that right?
Oh, then I'm not coming.
But will Vanessa Del Rio be there?
Vanessa Del Rio will be there.
The porno star?
Yes.
Do I know her?
We've never had her on, but she's been around a long time.
See?
Would she come in here and rub me?
Yes, she actually would.
Really?
They want her to, but I didn't think you were interested. And I can make that happen for you.
Stick her under the console. You don't have to acknowledge her being here.
You don't even have to interview her?
No.
Oh, yes.
This Saturday night at the Nassau Coliseum, it's Baba Bohai.
I don't know.
For the Long Island Custom Car Show, along with Miss Howard Stern and John Wayne Bobbitt.
Oh.
To get on Stuttering John's mailing list, call 609-546-STUPID.
I mean, you can get appearances for anything now.
Yeah. Get your penis cut off. You're appearing with
You're at the car show.
with a car show. Robin, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
I got to admit, I don't know what to do about the Jimmy Kimmel show tonight because...
I imagine you will determine that at game time.
Yeah, well, I checked with Ronnie, and he claims there's no way to pass over the bridge.
Well, all the East River bridges are closed.
Yeah. Now, at what point is there a mechanism that Jimmy will tell me whether I'm supposed to come or not?
And the Battery Park Tunnel is closed. So
Yeah.
you have no way
I have no
to
mechanism.
get to Brooklyn.
Can I take a boat?
You could take a boat.
I think those are closed too. Those.
No, he's a rowboat.
No.
Oh, that boat.
His own boat.
And, like, Jimmy won't let me off the hook because, like, I was expecting a call from Jimmy going, look, what am I supposed to be on standby all day? I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I have no idea how they handled it yesterday. I don't know when they decided.
Well, I don't even know that Jimmy's crew in Brooklyn can do a show because in Brooklyn, evidently, there's been huge flooding. Right?
Yeah, is their facility still open and up and running?
So I'm sitting there going, I don't know what the fuck I mean, my own show, I know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what Jimmy's doing.
Well, last night, Jimmy Fallon and David Letterman did shows without an audience.
Right. And now I know Jimmy's probably kicking himself in the head. He should have done it without an audience. I mean, I can imagine what's going on. And now I'm caught up in it because I'm supposed to be the guest tonight.
Right.
But Tracy Morgan lives in Brooklyn, so I think he'll be able to get there. So he's set with Tracy.
Does he really live in Brooklyn?
I believe he does, actually.
I know he used to live in Brooklyn. A lot of people say they live
One would hope he got out. But, so I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? Now I'm just, like, waiting to hear from Jimmy because...
And what mechanism does he...
Believe me, I would have already canceled. You know, I don't sit and worry about other people. But Jimmy's my friend, so... I mean, literally, he's probably one of my few male friends that I actually sit and talk to and confide in. You know, who doesn't get on my nerves.
Oh, and he wouldn't dump you because you didn't make it.
No, I know that. So I wanted to come through for him in the worst way.
Yeah, you know, they were running a promo. Did you see that promo?
No.
Oh, my God. And, you know, he's highlighting the people he was going to have on the show, and they have...
Yeah.
You know, and they're showing clips of those people on his show.
Right.
So what they have is you in that satellite situation, which looks very bizarre.
Yeah, it's so odd. There's something preventing me from being on that show. You know, I feel bad for him. I know he put a lot of work in, but
I know they've been preparing for this for months.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he was so excited.
Yeah, because they don't usually take his show on the road.
So I think the worst of the hurricane is over, but was
Yeah,
it
they say that
technically a
it's-
hurricane, Robin, though?
It was technically a hurricane, and then it hit land in Atlantic City at about 7 or 8 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm.
And once a hurricane goes over land, it loses power.
So did it lose power?
Yes, it
It
did.
did, okay. So it wasn't even a hurricane.
It was a hurricane, and then I think shortly after that, it got downgraded to a tropical storm.
What up?
Balearis is here if you want to talk to him.
No, it's enough with Balearis. Balearis.
He's got his hot girlfriend, too.
Yeah, hot girlfriend. You can talk to her. I can finger it.
What is Balearis going to tell us? Is the storm over? Does he know?
I don't know. I'm assuming he does.
Well, he has his charts and models.
I saw an excellent documentary last night on the hurricane.
Uh-huh.
This girl is in a house, and it uproots. And she
They
winds
just lifted off the ground.
lifted off the ground. She winds up in a place called Oz.
Oh, stop it.
And it
That's
looked-
not a documentary.
No, it is. It looked so scary, but it was fun because Ronnie was in it, but he didn't have his walkie-talkie. He just carried a big lollipop. It was great. I never saw this show before, but it's what happens during a real hurricane. And I was nervous.
Sounds very realistic.
We represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild.
Where is John Balearis? I'll ask him real quick, and then I got to take another break. I'm way behind.
John Flowers.
By the way, am I the only broadcaster who showed up at Sirius? I mean, where's Oprah? Where's Eminem? But then again, where is Oprah and Eminem on any given day?
Yeah.
Ghost town.
Yeah. So, John, the big question is, because you panicked everybody, including my wife.
Rightly so.
Well, I
And
mean,
our whole staff.
Rightly so.
all right, the planet is still here, though. You were predicting the apocalypse, but okay, rightly so. A lot of people are suffering.
Well, subways flooded out. That has never
That's
happened.
true. That is true.
Floodways. West Side Highway.
Is it over now?
Yeah, it's over. We have one more tide cycle this morning. That will be moderate flooding with that. So maybe along the west side, east side, it may just come up or breach a little bit.
Now-
Nothing like last night.
Help me out here. Jimmy's taping in Brooklyn. Jimmy Kimmel show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be on tonight. Am I able to get to Brooklyn?
Well, they're not going to have a high wind restriction on the bridges, so the bridges probably will be okay. The only problem is
But are
the
they-
flooding that has taken place.
That's what I mean. Is it closed? Or I mean, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Well, I would suggest that he cans the show.
Well, then he could do the show. What is it, Ronnie?
Every bridge and tunnel except for the Lincoln Tunnel is closed right now.
Does Balearis know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Not about that. They're closed.
I know,
Everything's
yeah.
He's
closed.
a weatherman, not a traffic
They're
man.
closed.
That's why I suggest you.
What are you talking about high winds?
Just forget
if
about
the
it.
bridges are closed. They're closed.
Yeah,
You can't go on the bridge no matter
but
what.
Right now, but I'm saying at
I don't know if they're
noontime,
gonna open it.
at noontime when the pressure gradient relaxes.
So what am I supposed to do? Stand by and wait to see if
I don't
I'm
know.
going?
Yeah, I mean,
So do I keep Ronnie here all day? What do I do?
I said the winds will relax this afternoon, so I don't think I think the bridges will reopen.
Oh, you do. But how
they'll
will I be? What is it, Ronnie?
I don't think it's because of the winds or anything. I think they're trying to keep the people out of the city until they straighten out all the messes here.
Right.
And I think that's why they're keeping the bridges closed and the tunnels.
So what do you
They're
think?
trying to keep the traffic out of the city.
Tell me what to
For the
do
cleanup.
here. What do I do with the Jimmy Kimmel show?
I don't know.
I'm going out of my fucking mind here. I don't want to disappoint
You would
the
think
guy,
somebody
but-
would contact you and let you know.
No, they're going to keep me guessing.
What's
I mean, they canceled the show last
am I
night.
supposed
you
to
know.
spend 5 hours?
There was no show last
I know,
night.
and now he's feeling bad because Letterman and the other guy, Fallon did the show.
I got a feeling you're going.
Yeah, but I mean, to what end? I mean, will I be in a car for 4 hours trying to get there?
Not many cars on the road.
You know what, John? You're not giving me the answers I need.
I said you're going.
Okay.
You may have some delays wherever the cleanup is, but for the most part, you're going.
Well, he's right in,
You're going.
downtown
Okay.
Brooklyn. I
All
think.
right.
It won't be that hard to get.
Yeah, you
that
got the
if
winds.
bridge
This is
are
it.
open.
The storm's winding down. And Robin, it was never downgraded to a tropical storm.
It wasn't. I heard that somewhere.
Yeah,
Somebody
false
was giving
information.
some misinformation.
What was it? Was it a hurricane?
It was a hurricane until 30 miles off the Atlantic City coast, and
That's
then
what
it made
Robin
that.
said.
Then it made that transformation into the hybrid storm, which became a normal winter storm. Call it a super cyclonic storm. So.
Okay, so I didn't have the right term.
So Robin
No,
was
but
right.
the winds were.
It wasn't a hurricane.
Matter of semantics. The winds were still at Hurricane 85 in the center as it went on shore in Atlantic City, but they don't want to call it a hurricane because it didn't have the true tropical characteristics of a hurricane. The eye
What were the
lost a
highest
tide.
winds reported here? In the,
96, LaGuardia Airport.
96?
Yeah.
tuck it in. It got up to 88.
Yeah, along the Jersey Shore, 89. 89 Tuckerton, Surf City, 89.
Oh, that's some wind.
Yeah, Atlantic City.
Why didn't the wind blow off Bobo's wig? I can't figure that out.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
That was odd.
Bobo needs a cyclone.
By the way, John, I want to thank you personally. You did an excellent job last
thank
night.
you.
I was able to listen to some of it, not all of it. I was going to call in, and then I got the whole emergency going on in my place.
Right.
But you did a great job. It was great to have you as part of the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank you for that.
Well,
Really.
I want to thank you for the opportunity. I thought,
You bet.
Thank you.
All right, John.
Appreciate it.
Good job. Keep us
Thank
posted
you.
if
I will.
anything happens.
I will.
Immediately. My own personal weatherman there,
Yeah.
John Boleros. Boleros or Boleros?
Balearis.
Boleros.
Like Antonio Balearis.
Like Antonio Banderas. Has your relationship with your girlfriend changed? Oh, he's gone. Okay, too
They
late.
got engaged yesterday.
That's right. Exciting. All right. Well, I got to take a break again.
So we still don't know what the day will bring. Whether
No,
we'll
and
be
it's
able to
just-
get out of the city.
And then what if you get there and he's like doing a no audience thing? Would that
Well,
bother
I don't
you?
know. No, I prefer it.
Oh, okay.
He needs a fucking audience. I mean, honestly, who needs it?
Right.
It's crazy. But I just, you know what it is? I'm trying to figure out my day.
Right.
And I just don't want to, like, try to get there and spend 3 hours in a car trying to get there because out of some guilt. Normally, I'd say, look, I can't get to your Brooklyn. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, you heard what happened to DePace today.
Yeah, he's trapped in his car because he
Yeah,
tried to
because there's
come in.
only one way in.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I really don't want to spend my evening doing that. I do have to work myself in the morning. I wish can you call Jimmy, please? And just give me an answer on what they're doing.
Who are you talking to?
Have JD.
You, Robin. Hello? You know what it is? Jimmy came all the way from California. He's all excited to do a show, but unfortunately, I live in Manhattan. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get there.
He came at the worst time.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy who doesn't show up for him, but
What are you supposed to do? It's out of your control.
I don't know.
you
I'm sure somehow it'll be like, well, he could have gotten here, you know. I mean, I don't know how to get there.
Even the helipads were flooded.
Yeah. And maybe by tonight it'll be fine, but how do I know? I mean, how can I predict that?
And they don't tape at night, right? They're taping in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, and yeah, they're taping at 6 o'clock. But I have to get there.
They want you there by 3 or something, right?
No.
No?
No, I was going to leave the city at 4:30 and get over there by 5:30, you know.
It could very well. Everything could have changed by noon today.
Yeah. Well, I'll just stand on alert all day.
Well, you got yourself into this.
Yeah, I sure did. Well, yeah, I did. You're right. Did anybody ever get a hold of Jimmy? Steve, weren't you supposed to do that? What happened?
I talked to Jimmy.
Right.
He's on hold back there. Obviously, we can't put him up. But he says they're planning on
What do you
doing
mean
a
you can't
show
put
if
him up?
you're doing the show.
You can't put him up?
I mean, I just called him from the regular phone and talked to him.
What the fuck?
So he's saying they're
can't
still
get him on the air.
We can try to right now. The guys are getting the wrap up ready. I thought you wanted me to talk to him. That's what I did.
No, Steve.
Yeah.
When I say I want you to call him, it means I want to talk to him.
Okay, hold on.
Not that I want you to talk.
I'll get
to
him up. 1 second.
Okay. Oh shit, Steve's out of it, man.
He doesn't understand you at all.
Oh, now I like I'm in charge of Jimmy's show.
You are calling the shots.
I mean, calling the shots. I can't get to
this
Brooklyn.
is once again back to you. What is your mechanism for?
Right. I mean, it's a nightmare. This Sandy.
Fucking mechanisms.
Oh my God.
For doing Jimmy's show.
Yeah.
And whether you'll be there or not.
Listen, I just agreed to do Jimmy's show. I didn't know there was going to be a major hurricane and that the blocking off all the bridges to Brooklyn. It's too much for me. Jimmy's got to let me off the hook.
It's just a talk show.
And then you call him. It's his show. He says, well, if you'll come, we'll do a show.
It's up to me to come. It's up to me to do my show for me. All my guests canceled. I did the show. I'll get a hold of Jimmy.
All right.
Well, Jimmy has a whole stash of bits from last night that
There
he
you
didn't
go.
get to do.
You can play
and
those
he has
bits.
the bits they were going to do tonight.
Yeah, I saw him on a tricycle riding around in Brooklyn.
Right.
That's funny. Just do that.
Run that for an hour.
It's a 12 o'clock at midnight show. 3 people are up at that time of night. Oh, my God. Oh, there's Jimmy on the tricycle. This is so unbelievable, this mess that I'm in with this Sirius and just getting phone calls.
That's crazy.
It's a whole thing. This has been going on all morning. I got a headache. Steve, just give me a heads up. If you can't do it, you can't do it. I didn't know it's so complicated to get Jimmy on the phone. What's going on, JD?
People are running around like crazy. Just give them another minute.
Another minute?
My stomach hurts. I'm going to throw up. What's the matter with you? What are you laughing about? What's funny?
I
mean, really, what the fuck? Have you not learned anything? What?
Never mind.
No, tell me what you're saying.
No,
I gotta
I was,
know.
I was about to say whenever Steve told Jim McClure was like, fuck, I already set up for wrap up.
I don't care about wrap up.
I
Take
know.
that whole thing off the air. Wrap up. Those two.
So, but they're getting it done. They're getting it.
Wrap up is canceled. How's that? Now can they get me the phone call?
They're working on it. Just need another minute.
Oh my God.
I thought they should. Never mind.
What? You thought what?
I thought he could just call your cell and you put it on speaker. Oh wait, here's Jim.
Yeah. What is it, Jim? What are you doing?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy. Look at how hard it is. Just get a phone call. This is some operation.
Hold on.
What are you doing? Jimmy. I'm sorry I asked. I just want to get my situation settled. I don't want to walk around all day with this hanging over my head.
Right, because now you don't know. Whoa, what's that?
Oh.
Oh, my God.
You know, it's hard to deal with the uncertainty.
I like that everyone that's not here is worried about wrap-up show. I don't give a fuck. I'm here. I'm doing a show. Wrap-up show.
And Gary's going to phone it in?
Yeah, he's running around his neighborhood looking for somebody with a phone line so he can be on an ISDN line. He couldn't have spent the night in the city and just been here.
Hello, I need to call Jimmy Kimmel.
And now because of him again and his bullshit, I gotta now. I can't get the phone call. I thought they had this all set up for me. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Eureka.
Magic.
Oh, it sounds really good.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's just I'm worried about what's going to happen with the wrap-up show tonight.
Well, obviously Jimmy's on a cell phone, right, Jimmy?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm just trying to figure out how to conduct my life. I'm assuming I can't get into Brooklyn because every bridge is shut off.
Well, it is now, but it looks like it's pretty clear, doesn't it?
Ronnie's telling me that it's not, and that.
Well, they haven't opened the bridges yet.
I mean, I don't know
Ronnie
what to.
also yesterday told you there was no way for him to sleep in the city.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, he's just looking to go home. So, boy, Jimmy's connection is bad.
I know.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm just on a cell phone. I'm in a hotel in Brooklyn.
So, are you feeling bad now or guilty because Letterman did his show and Fallon did his show, or is that screwing you up?
Well, it doesn't really make any difference. I think I feel bad that 800 people had tickets last night and didn't get to see a show. I'm hoping to minimize that throughout the week.
You know, I'm thinking about it. I mean, you're going to 11:30, which is going to be cool, but right now the show's on at midnight. Why are we busting our like? I'll try. I mean, like I could try to get to Brooklyn, but it might take me hours. Like I can't leave the city till about 4 o'clock or 4:30.
Right.
And then I could end up getting stuck for like 3 hours trying to cross the bridge. But really, why are we doing? I mean, I want to do the show. I'm not looking to get out of it, but I mean. What do you think, Ronnie?
Why are you putting it off on me that I want to go home?
Well, you tell me.
You said I want to go home. I never said I wanted to go home. When did I say that?
Yeah, but you're saying there's no way we'll be able to get across the bridge.
Dude, they have all the bridges closed. So I have no control.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
I don't have control over that.
But do you think later this afternoon they might open it?
I don't know, just like you don't know.
So do you mind hanging out in the city? We'll wait around and we'll see if we can do Jimmy's show.
I never said anything of the sort that I was going home. Did
Jimmy,
I? The hell
when are you going to decide if you're doing a show?
Well, we're doing the show if you come. I mean, we're definitely going to do a show.
So it sounds.
I mean, we can push
What
it
is
a
your
little later
mechanism?
if we need to, or whatever.
No, you can't go any later. I got to work tomorrow morning.
I know, but I'm just trying to be flexible.
No, I mean, I would rather do it now, quite frankly. But let's get it over with.
Is Jimmy already in Brooklyn?
Yeah, Jimmy's in Brooklyn because he has to prove to his staff that he's one of them. He didn't want to stay in like a 5-star hotel while the rest of the staff is in a shithole.
Oh, my God.
Last night, everyone was saying, we're going to die in the 3-star hotel.
Yeah. Imagine that. What a disgrace. Imagine the newspaper. You read Jimmy Kimmel died in a 3-star hotel.
Well, you know what I was thinking? Oh, all the expense. But now that I see what they've done, there's no expense.
Can you guys...
Oh, there's an expense, believe me.
Wish you guys had done the show in Manhattan, then I could be there. Well...
I know, we made a terrible mistake.
Well, I'm just thinking, like... I just don't know what... I guess, Ronnie, we're going to have to wait around all day. But then what if we can't get there?
One good thing is, there's no traffic outside. I mean, I don't think if the bridge is open, you will not be stuck on it.
Well,
I'm looking at it right
but Jimmy,
now.
seriously, at what point are we going to decide whether you... I mean, you must have some sort of...
There has to be a time.
There has to be a time where we decide whether the show is going on.
The show must go on.
No. See, I told you, I'm not going to get an answer, and then what am I supposed to do all day? I guess
putting it on you, I think, Howard. It's just
and Howard's putting it on me.
No, and I'm putting it on Jimmy. Jimmy,
do what you normally do all day, and then if the bridge is open, come over here.
And then aren't I screwing you up if the bridge is... Well, I guess it's not my fault.
Well, what can you do if the bridge is closed?
But what if the bridge is open, but it's like so limited, and then like it's like 3 hours to get there and 3 hours back? I'm fucked.
Well,
I mean, I think you can evaluate that situation.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to make my every effort to get there. How's that?
That's all we can ask.
All right.
Thank you.
And is Tracy Morgan there?
Well, not right now, but I assume he'll be here.
Ronnie's bummed out.
Why? Because he has to stay.
Because Ronnie knows it's going to be a bitch to get over to Brooklyn. He knows.
I have no clue. I don't even know if we're going to get over the bridge. I had to talk my way over the bridge this morning.
So, Ron, how are we going to tell Jimmy what to do? Because you are the driver, and you're the guy who's going to get me there. At what point should we? I guess we'll just hang out and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got to figure. We got to wait and see if they open up the bridges. But the thing that scares me is because they don't want. My opinion is they don't want people in the city right now.
Right.
Well, you'll be leaving the city.
Understood, Robbie.
Yeah,
but we got to
get
come back.
You know, I can't believe that Jimmy doesn't have the kind of pull where, his guests are going to get a pass from the cops to go over the bridge.
Jimmy has no pull.
You know what?
He's on at 12
we might have that, actually.
When Jimmy gets on at 11:30, he'll have that kind of pull.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but what are you going to do? It's God's fault.
I mean, I could be a douche and just say, hey, I can't get there. Fuck it. But I'm not going to do that to Jimmy.
Well, I'm working on something to have somebody go with us that possibly could get us over the bridge if it's closed.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure
we can work on that too.
I just want to make sure we can get back. That's the problem.
Well, if that same person is with us.
You can room with Jimmy tonight.
If that same person stays with us, which he's supposed to.
Who do we know? Superman?
No.
Who is this?
Giuliani.
Giuliani's going to drive with us?
No, we need someone with a badge.
All right. Ronnie, I understand. I'm making a joke.
Shut up, Shuli, you imbecile. I'm sick of you.
He's
already.
an imbecile.
I'm sick of you.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy, we're going
We will contact Ronnie, and we will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't go out of your way to figure it out, Ronnie. I was so jealous. I wish I had been booked for Monday night.
Right.
Why does he book changing tomorrow night with Letterman? What a great show that would be.
Yeah, get Letterman tonight.
No, the two of you together.
Well, what do you mean?
You and Letterman tomorrow night.
Nah, Jimmy's so hard for Letterman. He wants to have the whole time with him. He doesn't want me interrupting his date.
That would be great. You and him together.
And you know what kills me, Jimmy? All the publicity you do, you talk about like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to interview Dave. I'm going to interview Dave. I'm more of a fucking hero to you than Dave.
That's true, but these people don't want to talk about you. They want to talk about Dave.
The New York Magazine did a big article on Jimmy, and it was like, oh my God, you would think like Jimmy beats off to Dave every minute. And I don't even think Dave is that much of a hero to Jimmy. It's just become this thing. I mean,
it actually is true.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a little much. I mean, I know Jimmy worships me way more than Letterman.
There's only one hero tonight, and that is Howard Stern for coming over the bridge
And meanwhile, I was supposed to be on Wednesday night, which would have been a lot easier for me, but he bumped me for Letterman and put me on Tuesday.
Oh, well, how was that?
Because Letterman wanted Wednesday. I mean,
That's
it's
not
so
nice.
painful.
That's not exactly what happened.
How long are you going to interview Letterman for? Like the whole show?
No, not the whole show.
Yeah. Who's on with Letterman? Who's the guest?
I don't know. Maybe Kelly Ripa, maybe the band. Oh, it's Halloween, Vampire Weekend. I think we're doing a comedy bit.
Right, that's what the billing was, that you've got some Vampire Weekend.
What is
and
that?
David Letterman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the band, yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like Jimmy's reserved the whole show for Letterman. It's going to be like 60 minutes. It's going to be...
in-depth
in-depth.
We're doing 2 segments with Dave.
You should do the monologue together. Do dueling monologues, and then have a banjo player, and then do a joke, and then Dave does a joke.
Listen, if you come tonight, we'll do anything you want.
Well, I'm going to do my best to get there. How's that? Because believe me, I would have canceled, but Jimmy's my friend, so I'll do it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You think there'll be an audience there? Probably not, right?
Oh, yeah, there'll be an audience there.
Yeah, I don't care if there is one. I prefer them not being there.
Marianne from Brooklyn will be there.
Yeah, but I really prefer them not being there.
Marianne's there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what you should do when Letterman comes on? Bring out a bed and an intern. What a bit that'd be. You'll go down in fucking late night history.
See,
Dave,
I told you should be there.
Yeah. Dave, we know you're miserable. You haven't been able to bang any interns since you got caught. So tonight, here's a bed and here's an intern. You have a blast.
Want to make it feel like you're at home.
Yeah. Are you even going to bring that up, Jimmy?
What? No, of course not.
What the hell am I
What kind of interview is that?
I watched Jimmy last week. He had Axl Rose on his show. He was great. I thought Jimmy did a great job with Axl Rose.
I think Axl was supposed to call in here, but he never did.
I talked to him about calling in here. He apparently enjoyed his last experience talking to you.
He did, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't even know if he remembers his last experience.
Yeah, I don't even. In fact, I don't even remember him. He called in.
Yeah, once with someone else. There were 2 guys in a hotel room.
Yeah, they had a bunch
and
of
one
chicks.
of them was Axl Rose.
Yeah, and he was dating that model, whatever her name was.
He's not a big fan of Slash, I'll tell you that.
No, you asked him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He hates him. Slash.
It was a good interview.
Yeah, I would love to go do Jimmy's show tonight. Okay, listen, I'm going to do my best. At what time? Like, I guess at some point I'm going to have to call you if it's like 2:00 and the bridge is still closed. We're going to bail, I guess.
All right, we'll figure it out.
All right.
You don't
We
think
can
you
heal
could get
the city
across the
together.
bridge?
Wait, what did Jimmy say?
I said we can heal the city together.
All right.
Okay.
Jimmy's getting married, by the way.
Wow.
It's always something.
He's always up to something. Big
And
wedding.
what is with the big weight loss? Is that for the wedding pictures?
Nah, he's just trying to get healthy.
A lot of times, women do that. They get skinny for the wedding pictures.
No, he's being skinny just in general.
You're sure about
Yeah,
this?
I
He's
know.
not going to plump up again after?
Did you have some sort of health scare? Some doctor told you you're going to have a heart attack or something?
It wasn't really a scare. I just made it. I don't. Really more than anything, I bought a scale and I started weighing myself, and I became obsessed with weighing myself.
Right.
And that's really all there is to it.
Yeah, he's not fun to eat with anymore because I go to dinner with him and orders a sensible dinner. It used to be more fun.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, wow. Hey, Jimmy, want to get dessert? No, just some fruits.
Well, listen, between you and Beth and Molly, I'm the only glutton in the bunch, and it's embarrassing.
Listen to Jimmy's phone.
I think the storm's coming back.
What kind of phone is that?
I don't know.
It's an iPhone.
Wow. Awful. You have Verizon or...
I love that you blame me for this phone. It's your connection.
No.
I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, it might be our connection, actually.
Who
Probably
knows
is
what's
us.
going on with, what happened yesterday.
Steve Brandano hooked it up.
Do you want me to do a whole pre-interview? Because your organization keeps hawking me for a pre-interview. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not planning on talking about anything. I think we should just have a conversation.
I leave that up to you. If you want it, you can have it. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't even know what... I mean, if you want me to have one, I'll have one. But it just seems like a royal pain in the ass. When I get there, they can pre-interview me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know stuff about it. Ask me some stuff when I'm sitting there.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know? That's a good question, Robin. What do you want to know?
Mostly I want to know if you're coming or not.
That's a good question. I want to know if I'm coming or not. Boy, Jimmy's
You have
marrying.
no idea.
Jimmy's marrying a great
Panic
girl.
You've thrown everyone into.
What panic?
Everyone's listening to every word you say yesterday, all day this morning. Howard says he might not come. He's hedging. We don't know.
I'm not hedging. I'm saying I might not be able to get there if the bridge is closed. What am I supposed to swim?
That's what I said to these people. What is he supposed to swim?
Did you hear Dave Letterman on our show yesterday talking about you?
Letterman on your show?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was on the ISDN line.
Evil Dave.
Evil Dave, yeah. He was talking about you. He says he didn't want to do your show.
You know, I don't know if my producers are listening, but it might be a good idea if Evil Dave called our segment producer, Ken Crosby, and fucked with him.
Right. Jimmy's marrying a great girl named Molly.
Yeah.
Hot. Forget hot. She's a wonderful, funny woman. I'm very happy for this couple.
A super.
Wow, Howard says you're not hot.
I said she's...
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, wow.
How dare you?
I said she's hot, but forget about hot. She's a terrific girl. Oh, that's mean.
I'm just starting trouble. You know, better.
Well, I'm going to make every effort to get over there.
Me too.
And Ronnie, too.
That's very nice of you.
I'll take Ronnie if I have to.
Yeah, the star of Cougar Town is going to be there as well.
I'm more than happy to settle for Ricky, man.
All right, James.
All right, thank you so much. I know it's a pain in the ass.
No. I listen, I'm going to make every effort. If it's closed, then I'm not coming. That's it. Otherwise, I'm there.
All right, pray for rain.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jimmy.
Jimmy Kimmel. All right. So the answer is, Ronnie, we got to hang out all day.
Under better conditions, I would have gone with you.
Yeah, I know. Of course you would have. Yeah. Under better conditions, I would go. Yeah. I'm sorry, Ron. I don't know what to tell you.
No, what
Gotta drag you into it.
I'm dragging you into this. I need you.
I know. Hey.
So we'll hang out today.
All right.
Well, maybe we'll go over to the psychiatrist. I'll talk to him. I missed the psychiatrist yesterday because I released Ronnie. No way.
And does the psychiatrist understand a weather interruption?
I don't know. We'll take that up today. He gets depressed.
He gets mad at you.
He does.
He gets mad.
Yeah. Thinks I'm not working hard enough in my therapy. All right, Ron. All
right.
Good morning, everybody. And we are here live at Sirius XM. Well, some of us are. Shuli is here. Benji is here. Robin is here. Fred is here. Yes, these are the guys. These are the guys you want to go to war with. No, there are other guys here. J.D. Harmeyer is here. Jim McClure is here. Who else is here? Steve Brandano is here, who has just been promoted to executive producer. Ganji here, oddly enough.
He's running the whole show by himself, practically.
You know, it's so weird. So many people around here were offered a hotel room to stay in and do this show, and
For the life of me, I don't understand why they... Gary was like, well, I have to be with my family.
I have to protect my house.
And how are you protecting your house exactly?
That's why I kept asking that question. How are you going to protect the house?
Such a pussy.
I could turn on the generator.
And I love all the people who write me in the email. You're very mean to Gary. It's like, well, yeah, you're probably going nowhere in life, too. You know what I mean? You're probably a loser, too. I just don't have that mentality. Yeah, Gary called me last night, in the middle of the storm, big storm. And he says, what is the mechanism by which you are coming in? What mechanism will help you to determine when you are coming in? I said, what mechanism? What mechanism will determine when I'm coming in?
Wow.
I said, here's the mechanism, Gary. I'm going to get up tomorrow. And
if the world's still here.
If the world's here, I'm going to go over to Sirius and do a radio show. I don't know. That's my mechanism. Well, he was asking me again, what mechanism is he using?
Right.
To determine. And I was just like, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm not your daddy. I mean, what do you want me to do? I told you, take a hotel room in the city and be here. That's what my father taught me. My father made it into work no matter what.
Well, I used to work in hospitals. There was no such thing as, you just don't come in.
I mean, Doug Goodstein hasn't been here for 2 days. That is one dude. If I'm ever in a war, that's the one dude.
With him.
Yeah, I'd rather be against him. He has got to be the biggest fucking pussy on 2 feet.
He's
and I'm not.
France.
I mean, yesterday there was absolutely no issue with getting in and out of the city. Well, how would he know that, Wolf? Well, there's no guarantees in life, but there was nothing happening.
But the offices were closed.
Yeah. But they were told to stay home because the offices are closed. Not our offices. In Demand. I don't know where In Demand offices are. Maybe they're downtown.
That's not where he works.
No, he works here, and I'm here, and everybody else is here. I don't know. Everyone's so fucked up with the work. It's crazy.
Well, these guys aren't even of the generation I'm talking about, but, they give seminars now to teach people how to talk to the new generation because you just can't say, go do this.
No, they don't know from that. Well, like Scott the engineer hasn't been here in 2 days, and that was going to happen. I mean, you just know.
Look, I remember 9/11.
Yeah.
And, I went home with Scott.
Yeah.
And I looked at Scott at some point in the evening. I said, he'll never get to work tomorrow.
Right.
I got to get out of here.
Right, he doesn't even consider it.
And so I spent 2 hours finding my way through the streets to get home so I could go to work on my own in the morning.
Exactly. Tim Sabian's here, Jim McClure is here. I mean, these guys, they know that someone's got to put the show on. Someone had to be here. I had my ISDN line set up last night as well and made contingency plans. And I said, if I can't get in, I'll do it on the ISDN line. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Well, when I, started to have this problem, I immediately said, get that ISDN line working and make sure it works.
There you go. That's it. Woman hasn't missed a day. I mean, Robin's here, whether there's illness, I don't know. Somehow she does it. Yeah, I don't know how many other people would do that.
I've limped in. I've crawled.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her. It's a job. Not fun all the time, but it's a job. You do it. You could chop your head off, you'd still be doing it. I could chop Robin's head off and she'd still be at work. Yeah. Well, I have to go home. I mean, why? What are you going to do? Oh, if a tree falls on the house, I got to... If the tree falls on the house... I mean, if the tree falls on the house...
What are you going to do?
He
really thinks he can get a tree off a house?
There are people who could help me. And then I can patch up the hole. Yeah, like, okay.
I got a top.
It's Armageddon. What do you think's happening?
No, this morning I'm listening to, people having been killed by tree limbs.
There we go.
And Gary's going to go out and fight one.
Right. Well, I'm fighting. Well, he's got those beaver teeth. No, I mean, I love people's email, too. I'm a big fan, but you are being a huge dick about Gary. If you cared about Gary and his family, you wouldn't be such a condescending asshole. I can guarantee you the guy who wrote this letter, at best, is a part-time worker at McDonald's. I guarantee it. You trust me, you do not get anywhere with that attitude. You said Gary is deserting the show. I didn't say that.
Never did you say that.
You're such a miserable person That you have no understanding. This is a guy who is definitely coddled by his mother. You have no understanding that people's families are more important than work. I didn't say...
You don't bring the family to New York.
Yeah, right. Keep your family safe. And go out and slay the tiger. Most people care about their homes and family. Well, what am I going to do? Am I going to rebuild my home? What am I, Amish? This guy wrote, Gary's a dumbass. I've been through 3 hurricanes in which the eye passed over my head. The only reason I stayed was because I had no homeowner's insurance and nowhere else to go. Gary, listen to Boff. You can rebuild a house, but you can't replace your life or the lives that you care about. Being 10 stories up in New York City would be a smarter thing to do. Yeah, I said, if you care about your family, get Mary and Lucas in here and put them in a hotel, which we're providing for you.
And forget the house.
Yeah, and the house will be fine. Well, this guy obviously gets it. Gary, don't fall for Howard's nonsense. Yeah, you know when the boss is a bad man.
Right.
Can I depend on you? Howard's an asshole. There are millions of listeners who can't wait until Beth leaves him. Oh. That day is coming. God. There's some guy on Twitter wrote, I hope Beth dies in the storm, and I hope your parents die in the storm.
Those are your fans.
Yeah, those are my fans. People are so... Then I looked up the guy who wrote that, and he's up on some sort of charges or something. I don't know if it's the same guy.
What a shock.
Yeah, I said, let me look up this guy, see what he's up to.
That's a guy that's got Gary's back.
Yeah.
And Gary kept making a big thing about somebody being at my house. Nobody was at my house.
Oh, Gary went off on me yesterday. He attacked me.
Oh, yeah. I heard that. It's funny to me.
I haven't earned the right to goof on Gary.
In the wrap-up show, he attacked you?
Yeah.
Basically, he was saying, I haven't earned the right to goof on him.
And I'm arrogant.
And in reality, he's really pissed at you.
Right.
And he doesn't have the cojones to come after you.
Right.
So he's going to go after me
for
doing my job.
Right.
Which is entertaining you, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
You're my audience.
Exactly. In the meantime, Gary, you should fire anybody who goes along with Howard's "Can I depend on you" nonsense.
Gary should fire him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Quit being an asshole, Howard. This is a huge storm. Wall Street shut down. All schools in New Jersey are closed. Tons of other businesses are closed or workers are working from home. Give Techno Beaver a break. It's fine. I told him, go home. What do you want from me? He wants to be home with his family in case of emergency. Doug Goodstein to be holed up with that family for like he doesn't even give a second thought about coming in.
I'm
sorry.
What he's doing. He's watching TV.
Yeah, I mean, what is he doing?
Games.
Yeah, what is Doug Goodstein doing?
There's no protecting the family going on.
He's running around with those bug eyes of his, taking fucking pictures.
Yeah, he's probably photographing or recording the storm.
Putting all those precious baby clothes in a higher ground. So
I'll tell you what it is. He doesn't want to miss the storm. He's like having fun in the storm.
Yeah, he's taking the photos.
Yeah, taking rainbows. I know exactly what the fuck this guy's doing. And it's fine. I'm not telling anyone to come into work because God forbid you tell someone to come into work, then they sue you because you put them in danger. I don't give a shit if anybody showed up for work. This is what set off the firestorm. All I said is, I'm coming into work. Oh, Wolf is coming into work, but what if Mary gets hit by a tree? I said, I don't know what to tell you. I'm coming into work. You can come in or not. Last night I'm on the phone with him again. What is the mechanism by which you're going to decide?
I think that's the most beautiful sentence.
What is the mechanism
I've ever heard?
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know, Gary. And then he said to me, well, what he was saying is, what is my mechanism for coming into work? I said, Gary, don't come in.
You know what it was? It was, where's your cutoff switch?
Yeah, and I said, Beth said to me, why don't you stay home and take a day off? I go, because, hey, I'm supposed to be here. There's no reason I shouldn't try. I'll do my best. I said to Gary, I think you should stay in the city if you want to be in at work. No, I got to be home with Mary. Fuck you. You're an asshole. I go, no. I said, if you want to be here, we have a hotel for you. If you don't, go home. Why is that an angry boss?
It was so crazy.
But you're making me feel stupid and guilty. I go, well, that's your problem. I didn't tell you to do anything.
You're goofing on me.
Yeah, I'm goofing on him somehow. And whoever's not here, you're going to goof on. I'm not goofing on you. It's like, how dare you put me up in a hotel? Gee, I'm sorry.
Don't provide for me.
Well, what about my family? Put them in the hotel.
Yeah.
I can't do that. We can't leave our house. You have staff. Why am I being attacked? You asked me what you should do.
I don't
do anything. Stay home. I don't have I'm getting attacked by this fucking beaver face prick.
I could turn on the sump pump.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want from me? I got enough problems. I got to get myself to work. Well, then last night he goes, I'm going to tell you who. I'm in the middle of my whole fucking alarm system is going off my apartment because it's a piece of shit, which I'm having ripped out.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and there's water coming in through the window, and I'm sitting there.
God.
And then Gary calls and goes, Bob, I'm going to give you a briefing on who will definitely be there tomorrow. I go, I don't care. Well, Steve Brandano, JD. I go, Gary.
I can tell you who won't be there. Me.
I don't care. He goes, what do you mean you don't care? I go, I don't. If they're there, they're there. I hope they'll be there. If they're not, it's okay. Release yourself from guilt. By the way, I'm not mad that the guy didn't show up. I just want him to leave me alone.
But look at all you had going on.
Yeah,
You were protecting your apartment.
I'm protecting my apartment. You have staff. I didn't see any staff. It was me and Beth.
You're all alone when that alarm was going off, right?
Yeah. You have staff. I go, okay, I have staff. I want to know where my staff is right now.
I don't have a butler.
Yeah, well, neither do I, fucknut.
Well, I'm staff.
Boy, if his anger didn't come out, I'm the angry one.
In about 2 seconds, too.
Oh, my God.
And it was like he presented.
But he was yelling it at me too, and he was like, "Somebody's at your house. Nobody was at my house."
I don't know. You know what? Robin's got some problems. I don't hear her bitching once. She doesn't ever ask me what she should do.
It was like a bunch of kids that were waiting for the school to cancel.
Yeah.
Right.
And the school just wouldn't cancel.
Yeah, right. And he was upset.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, and they just got
What
pissed
does
off.
it take to make it stop?
I mean, I don't know what he wanted from me.
This is category 1.
Oh, my God.
Here's
and as I predicted, it's bad. You know, there's people with power. By the way, where does Gary... By the way,
today.
Of course you could. Where does Gary live? Gary was without power before the storm even came.
I know.
I mean, it was like, what? You should move. Maybe that's the answer. Where the fuck do you live in like where? Guam? Gary goes, we just lost power. This was...
My power was
like 9 o'clock in the morning.
It was 9 o'clock Monday morning.
Yeah, and it hadn't started raining.
Nothing.
Yeah, like my mother called me. And she had lost power. It's unbelievable, my mother.
She lost power?
Them in the dark.
Well, I was calling, and I knew they must have lost power because the phone was ringing over and over again. And I know they're home.
Right. Where else are they going?
So I got them. I wanted to get them a cell phone. They won't get one. But when I bought them their car, I got them a cell phone in there. So they run out to the car. They get the cell phone, and my mother, God bless her, it's probably the oldest, shittiest cell phone because she won't get a new one. She won't allow me to get her new one. She wouldn't know how to work it. And then she gets on. She's like, "Hello, Howard." When she's on the cell phone, she can't even believe it works.
Yeah, she's like acting like it's a tin can with a string.
I go, "Yes, Mom." And then I lower my voice. "Yes, Mom." "Howard, was that you who called?"
Oh, dear.
"Yes, it was me, Mom." "We thought so. We don't have the power. Your father and I don't have any power." I said, I mean, I could hear her out the window.
She didn't need a phone.
Yeah, I go, "Mom, they won't get a phone. They won't get anything. They won't get a TiVo."
At a point like that, don't they realize it would be so convenient to have a cell phone?
The phone is working. It only rings downstairs. We can't hear it. You have to let it ring.
I go, "Okay, why don't you give me your cell phone number so I can call you?"
No, don't call us. We don't want the power to run down on the phone. We're going to turn it off. We'll use it to call you.
Oh, my goodness.
All hell was breaking loose. I said, "Okay, whatever." I don't know what to do. So my head's spinning, and I'm worried about my parents, and I'm worried about this. And then Gary gets on with me. "I'm going to give you a list of who is going to be present." It gets all official.
It's mechanism time.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Gary, what do you think I'm going to do with that information? Really analyze it. Don't you want to know who's going to be there?" I'm like, "No, not really. But don't you need to know?" He was like fucking in a panic. Like, "Don't you need to know?" And I go, "No, Gary, I don't." I said, "Please don't worry about it." I said, "You're home, relax. Keep your family safe, and if a tree falls, be sure to chop it down." Meanwhile, I was thinking about Gary. Meanwhile, so worried about his family being safe. He's got this big fucking trampoline in the backyard.
Yeah,
he wouldn't move.
And on the news last night, there was some idiot with a trampoline in his backyard that, of course, became like a missile.
Right.
Because the trampoline was airborne.
Yeah.
And, of course, it goes into his neighbor's house.
That's what I said to Gary yesterday. I said, he's talking about, you were talking about it hitting his house.
Yeah.
I was like, what about your neighbor?
Oh, forget it. So then I'm like, and then this one guy's trampoline ended up in the phone wires.
That was in Staten Island.
Yeah, took out the phones.
Yeah.
A trampoline.
A giant trampoline. It's just hung on telephone on all the electrical wires.
I'm on the trampoline.
And that's why they don't have any power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's all worried about his family. I said, take in your fucking trampoline. That he doesn't do.
I took in my lunches.
Quit being an asshole, Howard. This is a huge storm. Wall Street shut down. All the schools in New Jersey are closed. Tons of other businesses are closed, or workers are working from home. Give Techno Beaver a break. I gave him a break. I don't know what he wanted from me. He was bothering me. He had his choice. Stay in the city or go home, and I didn't bust his balls at all. I just said to him, can I depend on you to be here? And he said, ooh. I mean, I don't know. What am I supposed
You're
to word
saying
it?
something else.
Well, that's the thing. I think in his mind, if you would have just said, are you going to be in tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I don't talk the way he wants me to.
That's not your mechanism.
And why get mad if it's just the same question, just directed in a different way?
I've been a listener for 20 years. This is the first time I've been compelled to write. Howard and Robin were totally out of line the way they spoke to Gary, another guy who was coddled. Guarantee you this guy doesn't have a good job. I guarantee
you. Grown up in my home.
This is a guy who's very satisfied working like a dog for some asshole who takes off whatever day he can get off. Howard denied that. I'll tell you how my father got his job. My father was a radio engineer, which was an okay job. Wasn't great. Back in those days, it was, listen, he made a great living for a guy, who grew up poor. And my father never missed a day of work. But this is what I grew up with. If he was being paid that day, he showed up. I mean, my mother would go crazy in blizzards. Remember when we used to have blizzards?
Sure.
It'd be my father would somehow get in. Well, he worked for a guy named Fortune Pope. And Fortune Pope was a guy who owned radio stations, very wealthy man. I think he owned the National Enquirer at the time, or he owned all kinds of things. Very wealthy man, Fortune Pope. And my father was a lowly engineer. And one day, this Fortune Pope calls my father, and he figures, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. This guy, Fortune Pope. You never get to talk to Fortune Pope.
Right. Why is he
No one talks to him. He goes, what's your name again? Stern, right? And my father goes, yes. He goes,
yes, Fortune Pope.
He goes, you never miss a day, do you? He goes, that's a lot. And then,
very contrite, your dad.
And then the Fortune Pope goes, where are you from? Dracula?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, right. No. So he says to my father, you're a union guy, right? My father goes, yes, I'm in NABIT. He goes, I've never had a union guy who didn't play like you. You work too hard. These other guys, they don't. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, Mr. Pope, I'm very honored to work for you. He says, I tell you what, I like you. He says, I got a recording studio. It's not doing much of anything. I got nobody to run it. I want you to run it. I want you to be the. My father goes, well, I don't want to lose my place in the union. Pope liked my father so much just because the guy showed up every day. He says to him, I'll keep you in the union. I want you to run this recording studio for me. So he says, really? So, okay. My father goes, and he goes every day, and he's there, working his ass off. Good day's work. Pope comes to him and says, wow, you're doing some job. And you want to own the recording studio? My father goes, oh, my God. My father never owned anything.
Wasn't a businessman. Didn't know what
he let my
like.
father and the couple of guys who worked the recording studio buy it from him. So they'd have their own business. I mean, he even kept my father, I think, for a while in the union to make sure that he wouldn't lose his benefits. Mm-hmm. However, it worked back then. My father put in a certain amount of hours as a recording engineer and as a radio engineer. And then eventually my father left the union and became the president of his own business and had the largest recording studio in Manhattan. That's how it works. That's it. You want this? Everyone goes, you're so fucking lucky. It's not luck. There's no luck. It's not luck. It's hard work.
Even people who look at us now don't know what we did to get here.
Oh, people have no
and they all
fucking
want to
clue.
be here.
Oh, yeah. Well, now, yeah, this looks like fun.
It's easy now.
You got it made. You got staff. I didn't have any staff.
There were plenty of times we didn't have staff.
When I worked in Detroit, and I'm sitting there and shoveling the snow off my car, 8 feet of snow off my car, so I can drive down that treacherous highway to get to this dumb radio station that no one was listening to anyway, but it was my job, and I got there. That's it. That's what put food on the table, was my career. What type of mechanism will you be using? Type of mechanism?
What type of mechanism does he use?
I don't know. I don't know what his mechanism is. I don't think I have any phones, do I? Again.
No phones right now. We're working on it, though.
All right. That's good.
Wow.
Working on it.
Some things never change.
Some things never change.
It was working when I tried it earlier.
That's another guy. He didn't show up yesterday. He didn't show up. And it's fine. I mean,
And
listen.
I probably won't be here
I
tomorrow.
know.
Yeah, but Howard, the day after 9/11, 9/12, there was no reason not to get to work.
Why should I try to come into work?
And I could smell sitting there in his house that he was not going to work on.
Well, if you go to Scott's house, you know how much fun is going on in there. Why would you want to leave?
Robin tried to escape 2 disasters that day.
Yeah.
One was the terrorist attack. The other was Scott's vehicle.
Right.
She tried did you have Scott drop you off at the mall, Robin?
I did. I had him drop,
sorry.
and they closed on me.
I like that Scott wasn't here for Yom Kippur.
Uh,
Are you religious? No, but I do want to honor my...
Honor what?
Honor what?
Honor my commitments other than work.
Yes, I have other commitments. Hey, you don't know. And I like when everyone gets mad at me. They go, "You don't know. You don't know what I'm up to."
Who are you?
Yeah.
Well, remember when, Scott was a member of the Block Party group, and then he decided he wanted to leave the group because Ronnie left to do some work.
Yeah.
So he decided he needed a day off from the Block Party, too, and he lied and said he had a family wedding to go to.
A family cousin.
Trust me,
no wedding.
No one's giving Scott the recording studio to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, can't be there. Hey, when I was talking to Gary, here's another one. Howard, you're such a fucking asshole about this. Can I depend on you, horseshit? Do you forget already that during Hurricane Irene, you had your personal weatherman and flew out to Pittsburgh like a fucking pussy? Yeah, I flew out to Pittsburgh, but I didn't do it on work day.
You were a pussy on your day off.
I'm a pussy. I can do whatever I want on my day off. I don't care. And I'm not a pussy. My wife wanted the animals moved, and we moved them. And we had nowhere else to go, and she wanted to go see her family. She said, let's do it. I said, okay. So in the middle of a storm, I got on a plane. That's how much of a pussy I am. You fucking asshole. Guarantee another guy. Guy who ever wrote this letter, if I could find him, it's another guy sitting at home, probably out of work, or, and sitting there going, woe is me, why can't I find a job?
They were attacking me on Twitter. How dare I come after Gary? Gary's been here for years. How dare I open my mouth and goof on him? I said, what?
Who's goofing on him? No one was even goofing on him. I just said, Gary, I can't make that decision for you. I gave you options. You can stay in the city in a hotel, or you can go home. And either way, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to be here. What is your mechanism? I go, I don't know my mechanism. I'm just going to be here. I'm going to find a way to do the show. What mechanism will tell you if you're doing the show from the studio? Don't you need to know who's going to be there? I go, no. Whoever's there, I'll do the show with. I said, I know Fred's going to be there because I can depend on him to be there. He told me so.
You know who?
Well, there you go again. Gary, that's not a put down of you. Fred said he will be there. I can depend on him being there. Why is that about you? Oh, my God. I tell you, I'm exhausted from this.
Take it back.
Doug Goodstein, I don't get this guy. I don't know what his story is, but fine. He wants to stay home. Stay home. Scott, the engineer, wants to stay home. Stay fucking home. I don't care. We'll get in on I might as well take off Wednesday. They took off Monday and Tuesday. What's the point?
Oh, we'll get the whole week.
Well, I know Governor Chris Christie wants us to stay off the road, so
Governor Chris Christie, I want to look like him. Round.
He's going to reschedule Halloween.
I mean, it was amazing. I can't even believe the show's up and running without Scott being here. 2 days, and the show sounds as good as it ever sounded. Go figure. How do we do it? And even Jason, I mean, he had to run home yesterday. I'm like, Jason, what are you running home to? You got an apartment. said, dude, stay in a hotel. No, I got to get home. Okay, I didn't bust anybody's
These homes are like
internet porn.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from some lawyer telling me that I killed Jason by making him stay at work. I don't want to hear it. Everybody makes their own decision. It just sets everybody off when I decide to come to work. And then I become an asshole, and I'm a jerk because I'm coming into work. I don't know. Maybe the 3-day-a-week schedule is killing everybody.
But I
Too much.
remember,
Too much.
being a kid, and as you said, in blizzards. And I guess my father thought it was important to have a job.
Oh, I bet he did.
Go to work in the blizzard.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
And
my
somehow
refrigerator
the
is
house
important.
stayed there.
Right. Oh, yeah, my father wouldn't come home for 3 days. It's like, okay, we stayed in the house, and then that was
That's
it.
right. We
I
took
don't
care of
know.
the house.
What was he going to do anyway?
There was nothing to do.
Well, if there's a tree falls on the house, I mean, well, that's like saying, well, if the world blows up, if a tree falls on the house, and then there's a big hole in my house,
anything.
and then I'm going to get a tarpaulin to cover the hole, and I mean, he's imagining scenarios that I mean, it's unbelievable.
Do you know what he would have to do if a tree fell into his house?
Well, I also like he's imagining Road Warrior, like Mary and the kids are going to be all alone.
I will
Murphy.
shoot the marauders.
I will be like
Someone is trying
Mel
to
Gibson.
Yeah, someone's
in
trying
Mad
to
Max.
someone's trying to eat Murphy. All hell is breaking loose.
I will use gasoline as currency.
How are there zombies in my neighborhood? It's the Walking Dead.
If a tree fell into his house, he would have to leave the
Yeah,
house.
exactly. Did you know where he'd try to be? Manhattan, where it was
That's
dry.
right. He'd come to a hotel.
Absolutely, listen to Howard and take him out. A tree falls on his house. He's gonna get out in the storm and. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot for trying to protect my house. Yeah, kinda.
He acts like trees aren't a big deal.
Yeah. He's gonna lift the tree. He's gonna get that retard
You
strength.
should have just put the trampoline on the roof. The
Yeah.
tree would have bounced right off.
Well, he could have bounced into Manhattan. Yeah, right.
He's going to bounce out of danger.
Oh no, tree's falling. Get
That's
the
our
trampoline.
escape plan. If a tree falls on the house, Mary's going to bounce on the trampoline and bounce to Pittsburgh.
And she's going to tie a bungee cord around me, so when she bounces, she pulls me up in the air.
There she goes.
Oh, my goodness.
We will be using the trampoline mechanism.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody, and they did, if somebody was predicting 80-mile-an-hour winds, I try to get away from my house and all trees.
Oh my God, my apartment was nuts. They say the better buildings sway with the wind, but holy mackerel. I'm sitting at my desk last night, and like all of a sudden I felt like I was on a boat, you know, when they go rock
You
back
get
and forth.
seasick.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I must be a fucking idiot. I'm like hallucinating. And then Beth says to me, do you feel like the whole, she goes, I'm getting a little seasick. I go, oh yeah, me too. It's crazy. Strong wind. And the
I
wind's
kept hearing noises.
creaking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I was like, what's that?
And I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to fall asleep. It was so noisy. And I was like, 2 seconds later, I'm like unconscious.
It's good to sleep in a storm.
Oh, my God. I woke up. It was like, where's the storm? There's no storm.
I know. I woke up the same way. I was like, oh, I think it's over.
I said to Beth, we're going to need Ambien. And I was getting angry at Beth because Beth sleeps through anything. And I was like, we're going to need Ambien. And she goes, maybe I. Well, all I know is I fell asleep and didn't wake up till 4 o'clock. And she was up all night. I guess I had unstressed so much on her that. Oh, and by the way, what am I going to do about the Jimmy Kimmel show? Now, Jimmy.
Oh, well, he canceled last night.
Yeah, the only problem is is there more storm coming, or
I
are
don't
we
think
done?
so.
Oh, no more.
I think the
They
brunt
said-
of it is gone. That's
They
for
said
sure.
there still could be flash thunderstorms, some flooding.
Yeah, flooding is also.
What is it,
strong
JD?
possibility.
If you want at 7:30, that John Blairitz will be here. He can tell you what's going on.
That was clear. Did you sleep here last night?
No, I slept in a hotel room.
Oh, you did?
I mean, I barely got any sleep, though.
Weren't you worried about the mechanism?
I was very nervous about everything going on today.
Yeah.
We were also like 2 blocks away from that crane that's about to fall.
I know.
I know.
57,
We're like 2 blocks away
Did you
from
see that crazy crane? JD, I'm glad I could depend on you being here. Thank you. Seriously.
right.
Yeah. Good job. This kid was
Well,
up
he
here.
has no house.
He was doing Jason's job and Gary's job, and him and Steve Brandano were doing the job.
And then Al helped out, then Jim McClure, and
Right,
everyone back.
Jimmy McClure, Al.
You know what this crew's called, Howard? The Dependables.
Yeah.
That's what these guys are.
And then there are the Undependables.
Yeah. The Expendables.
The Expendables. Yeah, right. And Richard Christie's another guy. He lives in Manhattan.
And now, no, he doesn't. He lives in Queens.
Oh, he lives in Queens, and he could have been in Manhattan. He's got a fish in a bowl, and he's worried about fishy fish, his pet fish. And it's like, just another guy.
And gerbil.
He is the worst one of all the group because there's nothing for him to stay home.
Yeah, I mean, what is he worried about?
Isn't a gerbil like $1?
Another fucking loser. The fish will be fine. The fish will be happier with me in the house.
And you know what he was worried about? The one thing he would show up for you because I hope the storm doesn't hurt
Yeah,
Halloween.
he was worried about that on Friday of last week.
Yeah.
Right. And so any Halloween celebration, he would attend.
I gotta get me some makeup.
Both, I am dependable. All right, Gary. You calm down. Robin, do you want to speak to Gary?
Why not?
All right, Baba Booey is on the phone.
He called in?
Yeah. Baba Booey.
I want to find out if the house is still there.
How did you make out with the house? Any trees fall on it, or did the trampoline get away from you?
Hey, can I make a quick statement?
Yes.
I want to point out to both of you guys that I harbor no animosity or resentment. When I said yesterday, you guys have different circumstances, that's what I meant. And I'm getting some weird feedback on this phone, by the way, so I apologize.
Yeah, well, first of all, you attacked me because all I said to you is, can I depend on you being here? Meaning, who is going to be here tomorrow and who isn't?
Well,
and then you went into a long, and I don't want to rehash it, but you went into a long, vicious attack about my lifestyle, how I have more than you.
No, it's not about how it was.
And it was just like, hey, Gary, I just said to you, look, if you want to stay in the city with your family or alone, there's an option. We have a hotel room for you. I mean, I found myself to be very accommodating. And I feel that I was very much attacked by you and my lifestyle.
I wasn't trying to attack you. I was feeling defensive because you were calling my loyalty into question. And I think I've been very loyal to
you got paranoid when I said, can I depend on you? You don't like how I word things. But that was what it was. It wasn't an attack. It was about, can I depend on you to be here? You said, you cannot. After much me dragging it out of you, finally you said, look, you can't depend on me to be here. And I said, okay, that's it. Don't worry about it. Even last night when you called me to ask about the mechanism by which I would determine whether I was going to be here.
By the way, I meant by that, I just wanted to know how I would know whether you were going to be on ISBN
I said, turn on your radio and you'll know.
Well, it's a producer of the show. Do you think I should know before I turn on my radio?
No, how will I know until I... Listen, will I be on the phone calling you as I'm battling to get in here? No. I'm going to try to get in here. When I get in here, I'm going to get the show set up. You're not here. What are you worried about?
Well,
I mean, if you're so worried about me, then be here. Once you're not here, I got to figure out how I'm going to get here. What good does it do me to call you to tell you I'm on my way in here?
Well, you didn't have to. Someone else could. But that's not the point. I think.
Well, then you arrange for that. Why do I have to arrange for it?
Well, I would just. You could have said, "Hey, call Ronnie, call Tim." I'm just trying to.
I don't know what you should do. I don't know. You're a big boy. You figure it out.
Well, I did.
Yeah, you figured it out. So there it is.
The other thing I wanted to say is you said to everyone, hey, do what you need to do.
Right.
And then when they did...
What did I do to you? I said to you, Gary, you attacked me.
You spent the first hour of the show saying that I'm not loyal to the show, and
I didn't say you weren't loyal to the show.
You're putting words into his mouth. He never said that.
I didn't say you weren't loyal to the show. I'm goofing on you because... What?
I can't really do the phone call because... There's something weird going on. Every time I talk and you talk, it just doubles up.
All right. I'll talk to you some other day.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. I mean, this guy is a lunatic. He was calling me last night. I go, Gary, I don't know what to tell. He wanted a prediction.
We should have found out what mechanisms are.
Yeah, he wanted to know, what mechanism will you use to determine if you're coming in? And I don't even understand the question.
Who talks like that?
Yeah, mechanism.
I want to know what the mechanisms are.
The mechanism is I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna see if I can get here. Then he goes, well, who's going to alert me? I go, what, you mean in the middle of me trying to get into work, I should call you and alert you? Well, how will I know? I go, turn on the radio. No, but shouldn't I know beforehand as the producer? I go, but you're not here to produce, so what the fuck is the difference?
I'll put up a bat signal.
I mean, it's crazy. Sometimes I don't get him, and he's got a high IQ according to our test. But sometimes he sounds silly to me. I've never seen a producer who's so worried about a show he's not here to produce. I mean, he's like, well, how will I know if you're here? I said, turn on your radio. You'll know where I am. It's a simple process. Well, I should know beforehand. I'll stop everything and call you. What good is that going to do me?
Well, what would he do with the information?
I don't know. I couldn't determine what he was going to do with it once he knew.
I don't think he even knows.
Once I know, I don't know, Robin. Once I learn, I mean, it was crazy. Look, I don't want to spend the whole show talking about him, although we could. I'm going to write it down.
That statement alone.
Well, I'll remember for posterity. Oh my God! I was like, I said to Beth, I don't follow Gary's logic. She goes, what's going on? I said, well, he calls me and he wants to know the mechanism. But she goes, well, maybe he's worried. I go, listen, I'm worried too. But how is he helping? He's in Connecticut, and he wants to know at what point I'm going to decide whether I'm going in. I told him when I wake up, and then he didn't like that answer. He wanted a bulletin before then. I'll wake up in the middle of the night to call him. I'll walk out on the street.
But you still wouldn't know at that time.
I wouldn't know. I didn't know I was going to get here till I got here. And then when I got here, I got to work.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
Yeah, right. That's what he kept saying, though. Right. I mean, it's crazy, and now he's going to be mad at you, but then what do I know? You don't know anything.
But I need to know.
Yeah. How will I know when you wake up? I think he wanted me to call him when I got up. And that wouldn't have even been able. I wouldn't have been able to tell him anything then.
You'd have to assess the situation. Is Ronnie downstairs?
Right.
You know, are the streets passable?
I didn't know anything.
Are the streets open?
Gary, I'm awake. Yes.
Now I'm going to go.
Now I'm going to go downstairs. Do you know if you're going in yet?
What is your mechanism for getting downstairs?
I mean, it was the craziest thing. I mean, it was like retarded.
What is your mechanism for getting dressed?
And then he starts to attack me because he thinks I'm goofing on his loyalty. I'm not. I just want to get to work. He feels guilty not being here, and he's blaming me.
Right. Do you know at one point somebody told me that they were thinking of shutting down the elevators in most of the building?
Right. And guess what I would have done? I would have walked downstairs.
Yeah.
Would have taken me a little longer.
What mechanism will you use
to determine if you should walk down the steps? I was like, Gary, this is crazy.
What do you have planned today? What's going on?
He wanted from you. He was bothering you. He had his choice. Stay in the city.
Are you nervous for today, or are you
Of course.
to handle?
Of course. You want to make sure everything goes all right. You know?
So
Why everything goes seamless, you know, as if the actual executive producer is here.
So normally it's like a 6-man team, and you're down. You guys are down to 2, I guess.
Oh, listen, we got engineers dealing with the phones, and Lieberman and Ronnie are over here, so.
All right, I'll let you go. Good luck today.
Yeah, check the papers. Check the papers. I'm tired. I got up at 3 in the morning. I had done the Jimmy Kimmel show last night. And
I saw you.
Yes, getting down to Brooklyn.
How was that?
Well, it was difficult for Ronnie. I mean, he was driving, and below 23rd Street, there was no power, so there's no stoplights.
Oh,
and
you don't even think of that. And you can't go down the FDR Drive or anything, can you?
No. That's all flooded out. So It took a long time to get down there. Not so bad coming back, but a long time to get down there.
Yeah, I guess everybody who stayed, was trying to get home or something.
But there was a full house in Brooklyn, and I was
I saw that. I was amazed.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. It was good to see Jimmy. And
maybe all those people were going to the show. It looked like a packed house.
It sure did. And, I went down there and yapped away. I hate doing those appearances. I just wanted to show Jimmy that I cared about him.
Yeah.
Because, he always does our show, and I really do adore the guy personally, and I didn't want to be a dick, so when he asked me...
he didn't seem to want to show all of his affection for you. I was a little surprised at that.
I don't know that I gave him much opportunity for that.
I mean, he should have embraced you and given you a soul kiss or something.
Listen, I'm not fucking him. I'm just his friend. But... it was fine. And then Tracy was there, Tracy Morgan, good to see him.
Yeah, he was funny. I watched the whole thing because you were staying.
Oh, when he hugs you, he hugs me so hard, I thought my ribs were going to break.
Oh, no, he's one of those?
Yeah. It's an angry hug.
It's a very enthusiastic.
And Tracy was like, I'm coming on the show.
Did you see him before?
No, I saw him after because we walked out and he goes, I'm coming on the show.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like, do you want me on the show? But he says, I'm coming on. I said, anytime you want, come on the show. I love when you come.
We love it when you're here.
Yeah. And, I got there on time, like 5 o'clock. I left at 4. It took me an hour. Got there and...
And what would it normally take, like 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because it's right over the bridge. It's like literally right there. Nice facility, that Brooklyn Academy of Music.
I've been there before. I've seen plays there and dance recitals.
It's called the Harvey Pecor Theater or something like that.
Not Harvey Pecor.
Harvey Bam Theater. I don't even know what it is. Brooklyn Academy. What is it? Harvey something. Harvey. What is it called, Robin?
I don't remember the name, but he said it last night. I was
Harvey.
Like, oh, yeah.
Harvey. I was like, my mother wanted to name me Harvey. What a horrible name.
Because they have they probably have more than one theater there.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot in here, isn't it, guys? I'm going to take my sweater off. I'm bundled up for cold.
You're in storm gear.
How is it outside?
It's nice. It's not bad. I'm dizzy. Tired. All these shows. Oh. I'm sick of myself.
When did you know it was actually a go?
Oh. I was waiting for them to cancel that show, Robin. I was like, oh, please cancel it. I just don't want to go down there. And then it wasn't happening. And then Ronnie said to me about, I don't know, like noon or something, or even earlier than that. He said, well, they did open up the bridge. I went, oh, no. And he was kind of like, oh, no, too, because he said, yeah, he goes, but getting down there is going to be really difficult, and there's no lights, and there's... I said,
I never even thought of that.
I said, if they hadn't opened the bridge, I had an out. But
and they didn't have traffic cops down there directing traffic or nothing.
It was... really like that TV show Revolution, which, by the way, if anybody has that, JD, I don't know if you can get it for me, but my Revolution didn't tape.
Right, because I told you they took all of the regular shows didn't happen. It was Storm Central all the time.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, it is called the Bam Harvey Theater.
And those shows just fuck me up because, I take it seriously, and...
You're into the timeline. You want to be with every show.
No, I'm talking about doing Jimmy's show.
Oh.
It really screws me up for the day because I was going to go over to the gym and work out after the radio show, and I went, I can't. I got to stay awake. I got to be, I don't wear me out. I can't be tired. And then I said, what am I doing to myself? I want to go to the gym. So I went to the gym. I worked out I worked out way too hard.
Oh, really? Because I was going to say, did you ask for a light workout?
Yeah, I did, but I was working out with another guy. And
then that always makes you go for it, right?
Yeah. I was bench pressing, and then I did pull-ups, and then I was running on the treadmill, and then I was like, what did I just do? When I get done, I can barely talk. I was like, I sound like Gage. I was like, because
how did Ganji get that voice? Because he's certainly not running.
He ain't working out.
I'm running to the pizza store.
But, hey, JD.
They're re-airing Revolution on Friday.
All right. Mike, can you tape that for me? You know Mike, right?
I can email him, too.
Email him. Do me a favor. I like your attitude. What was that on was it Back Office Radio wrap-up show I heard? You bite your fingers till you eat them?
It's that glorious show, Back Office Radio.
Yeah, what don't you like? Have they been picking on you on that show?
I get talked about a lot on there. But,
What did they
it's not
say?
too kind.
Yeah, but I thought it was kind of cool what they said about you. Like made you look really cool. Like, here,
how I pick the fingers.
All right, that wasn't good. But
how everyone should unfollow me on Twitter.
No, wait here. I'll play it.
He has every one of their rants in his mind.
Where is Back Office
I think it's
Radio?
on GP. GP something.
All right, GP1 maybe.
Maybe GP3.
Okay, so many GPs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Back Office Radio.
Oh, the first clip I think you're talking about.
I thought this was kind of actually making you into a stud.
I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, the poor JD, he has no defense. You're like fighting with a retard.
Hey, can I tell you something about poor JD?
I think he just ate his pinky.
There is no poor JD. Let me break down JD for you for a second. He works on the greatest radio show / TV show in the history of the world. He lives and works in the #1 city in the world. He gets paid thousands of dollars to do appearances on the weekends, and he's fucking girls all over the country and somehow keeping it on the DL. There is no poor JD. JD is living a life. If I describe that life for any other person, you would go, wow, that guy's living a life.
Yeah.
Well,
They got a point, and that's kind of.
First of all, I'm not looking at
this poor me.
I'm not looking at for poor me or anything.
No,
or
I know
pity
you're
me.
not. So I'm saying I think they kind of stuck up for you in a way and say, hey, forget poor Jay.
It wasn't
don't
sticking up for me.
JD.
I don't need Jason sticking up for me.
No,
Do you really
still
hate
angry at Jason?
I mean, it's not, it's not the best of relationships, but, you got to do what you got to do.
And what is this? You refuse to pull clips from their show? That's weird.
Well, if someone else can do it, I certainly don't want to, help any show that just wants to.
Well, you're helping my show.
Bash.
Well, you're not. What do you mean?
JD, these channels pay your salary.
I know that, but
You don't want
but there's no but.
You don't want to pull clips where they're insulting to
well,
you.
yeah,
I
of
get
course.
That I understand.
What the hell?
JD, they're not talking about you.
Yes, they are.
They're talking about your character.
Yeah, well, you're the one with the character, Robin, not me. I'm not intelligent enough to do two
To
different.
separate
Yeah.
it.
I think they've done.
It's hard enough being me alone, let alone being someone else.
I think they've done like 3 shows or something, and each show they nominate a douche of the week. And correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Jason nominated you for all 3 shows?
No, I don't think he's actually nominated me for any of the shows.
Oh,
but,
really?
So, I mean, I might as well be douche of the week.
He definitely talks about him every show. Jason makes it a point.
The second show. Oh, God.
All right, let me hear.
JD announced in the news that he unfollowed me on Twitter. Let me explain something to the audience. JD shouldn't be on Twitter right now. Howard's told him twice to cancel his Twitter account. I've told him to cancel his Twitter account on behalf of Howard, and quite frankly, any real fan of the show that still follows JD is basically giving Howard a big fuck you. So Howard said twice that he doesn't want JD on Twitter anymore. If you're a real fan of the Howard Stern Show and you follow JD Harmeyer, you're basically giving the middle finger.
Yeah, that's sort of weird.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't announce to the news. I unfollowed Jason on Twitter quietly, and then a couple weeks later, John Lieberman comes up to me.
Unfollow him because you really dislike him?
Well, this was after like the whole hubbub of the photos and stuff or whatever, and I just didn't want to hear him gloating and being my boss and whatnot, and I didn't want to read about him being my boss, and plus he retweets this guy who does Jason Kaplan fan club, and it's always bashing me, so it's just, I don't want to deal with that anymore. All
right.
Boy, are you sensitive. I didn't realize.
I'm not that,
How old are you
I can only take so much, you know?
How old are you again? I forget. Yeah, I mean, you're involved in a lot of childish shit.
Well, he is a guy who just took down his spelling bee trophies.
All right.
All right.
I'm not saying I'm not a man-child or anything.
He's making progress.
My nominee for douche of the week is J.D. Harmeyer. He's eating his hands again. Yeah. You remember when he's chewing on his fingers and you can see.
Yeah. What is the whole show bashing you?
I mean, it's a lot.
You're a douche because you eat your fingers?
That's what I told Teddy.
Not a douche, you're a troubled guy.
I
You're not a
know.
douche.
This is a really behind-the-scenes show.
Yeah. It's a little inside.
It's very inside.
Yeah.
I want it to be more outside.
So when you get nervous, you start to chew on your fingers?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who do that.
And you bleed, you get
Sometimes,
to the bloody...
yes.
Yeah, you're gross.
Yeah, thanks, Robin.
You're not a douche. You're gross.
help.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not a douche.
I think you guys are incorrect.
Yeah, let's get that right. He's gross, not douche.
Nominate him for gross of the week.
All right. I don't need that either.
Well, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Thank
By the way, and thank you for Why are you laughing?
I think I know what you're about to go.
Thank you.
If I say something nice about you, you laugh and you get upset. I mean,
I get very nervous with that sort of stuff.
Look at me and don't laugh.
Okay.
Let me see you close your mouth. What? Close your mouth. If you laugh during this, you're fired. All right? Stop it. Close your mouth. Close your mouth and stop laughing.
Get it all out now.
All right.
Nothing funny.
Look, I want to thank you. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to talk to you. You're goofy.
You're smiling.
What?
You're smiling.
Say something nice.
You can do this, JD.
I want to say thank you. What are you doing? Look at him.
Wow.
Now,
this could get you nominated for douche.
Are you embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed, but you're smiling at me, and I'm
All
trying
right, I'm going to keep a straight face. JD, I want to thank you for your hard work this week.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. He's going to break this.
Look at this fucking guy. You can't have a serious conversation with him. No wonder you're douche of the week.
Hey.
All right, listen to me.
Yes.
Seriously, thank you. I know you put in a lot of hours this week, and we were able to broadcast through the storm. And you're a real dependable guy, a guy who's always here, and you're always in the trenches. And I want to thank you for that. I was thinking about you and how much I appreciate that you're a part of this team and how hard you work. And I think it's important to let you know that.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
All right. That's it.
Doing my job.
Joke.
That's all.
Now laugh. Now you can laugh.
All right.
You know what I also love about JD?
He's crying.
No, I was laughing. I was crying and laughing.
Oh.
But you know what I love about him?
What?
He doesn't expect to get applause for doing what he's supposed to do.
Robin, I believe I was praising him. You can't.
No, but
you're
I just
absolutely
noticed that. Like he's like,
Robin's
hey, I was
right.
just doing my job.
No,
Most
Robin-
people are like, thank you. Like you're supposed to praise them for what they get paid for.
I know, it was weird. Like, Scott finally showed up today, and it was almost like he was waiting for me to say, oh, you're back. Thank you.
The prodigal son has returned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were waiting for Elijah? Well, wait no more.
We needed every man we could get here.
Right.
Well,
And I knew not to depend on him. I knew he wasn't coming in. I knew there was going to be zero effort there.
It's going to be like a
sat by my
Jewish holiday
window.
if we don't celebrate.
And by the way, all these people who are writing me hate letters, you're so fucked up. I mean, it's like, hey, Howard, you expect everyone to... I don't expect anything. I told everybody, please stay safe. I'm coming in to do the show. I'm coming in to do the show because I'm in the city, and if I can get there, I'm going to do it. I didn't yell at... I'm a pretty nice boss, actually. I didn't...
Hotel rooms were offered.
Yeah.
It wasn't like get here, come hell or high water, and we don't care what you have to go through to do it.
Yeah, I like that I'm the asshole for saying, but there are people like JD who just are here. You just know they're going to be here. That's all.
And he doesn't expect to be praised because he came in. That's his job.
Yeah. You're a fucking great employee.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful, Robin.
I can see the beauty in you. You know I'm Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, God.
Believe me, I was looking at myself on Kimmel, and I'm like, I'm so ugly and disgusting. And I even said to Beth, I go, I'm so ugly. And she goes, you looked really handsome on Kimmel. I go, no, there was nothing good there. And you know what? Same with you, JD.
That's how I see myself.
Through the bloody hands, the disgusting hairdo, the horrible clothes, the weight gain.
Forgot facial hair.
Yeah, right. The ridiculous facial hair. I see the beauty.
You're on my list, Julie.
Through the Frito shirt that you wear every day.
Cheetos.
Frito what?
Cheetos.
I haven't worn that shirt in years.
Whatever.
I can't even fit into it anymore.
That's the only reason.
Fritos, Cheetos. What's the difference?
I have Doritos pants.
No, but honestly, I mean, I just think the world of you. I really do.
I think the world of the show, and
yeah. As opposed to high-pitched Mike Morales, like maybe it's time for him to leave. He started tweeting nasty shit about me.
Really?
Yeah, and you know what, dude? That's how you. First of all, I don't know how many people were looking to employ high-pitched Mike Morales.
And putting him on the air.
Putting him on the air, giving him a life, and he gets on the Twitter and he's like, kudos to David Letterman for putting on a great late show with minimal staff without slamming those who couldn't make it in. Like, you know what? Once you say that to my face, don't fucking put it on Twitter. Because believe it or not, whatever I do impacts your life. Every fan you turn off, high-pitched Mike.
Did High Pitch Mike make it to work?
Who knows? Probably not.
He did not.
So
Okay,
he's
see,
feeling-
that's
right,
that's why
right.
he's doing that. He
Yeah,
feels
right.
guilty, so he's slamming you.
You know, a single guy living in an apartment, he couldn't get into work.
Yeah,
What was
and
he protecting?
where does he live? In Manhattan?
Yeah.
Well, from what
Well, guess what? Consider yourself slammed, dude. You know?
Douche of the week.
Yeah. I mean, I pitch Mike Morales criticizing me. You know what? Here's when you can criticize me. When you've kept a radio show going for 35 plus years, kept people employed, and you sit for 4.5 hours every day and try to figure out what's going to make an audience entertained and laugh so that we can continue working. And if everything I say doesn't come out to your liking or perfectly, try it sometimes.
Yeah, does
Go
he
to a-
hate doing the post-AGT show? Does
Yeah.
he hate all the other things that have come from this?
Go to a small market, convince a program director to put you on the air, and let me see you get ratings, and let me see you build a career.
So easy.
You know, if you're going to just ride off of my coattails, you don't have any right to criticize me. Ever.
Because
Really.
while he
You
slammed
lose
you,
that
he
right.
didn't fire you.
No.
If he slammed you, he didn't even mention you.
Yeah.
That might be why you're upset.
Right.
You were so unmessed you weren't even mentioned.
He didn't come in Monday and Tuesday. It's not like he lives far. He's in Washington Heights somewhere.
Oh,
you know, I mean, like, get over yourself. Don't sit and criticize me. Because while you were at home, I'm sitting here trying to entertain our audience.
Keeping the lights on.
Yeah. You don't get that right. You criticize. JD can criticize me.
Fuck you.
Believe me, David Letterman wanted to criticize those people.
Right.
Because he
believe me.
was there.
I know Letterman, and I know a lot about him. Believe me, he was criticizing those people. Yeah, he didn't do it on the air.
And
Just
you know
fired their
what?
ass.
They'll have repercussions.
Yeah. You know, he fucks them.
They got to get up that room and bend over.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, Dave's such a great guy. No, he fucks you when you're an intern. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy.
Mike's
He's
bitching
terrific.
now. Wait till
Yeah.
you fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, Dave is so wonderful. Okay, High Pitch Mike, get a job with him. Let's see if he wants your ass. Oh, my God. My staff. Gary was on Wrap Up Show with John Hine, and they were talking about.
I tried to get, in to listen to that, but I had some things to do, and it was already over before I could hear what
It
they
was a
said.
good show. The boys did a good job, and it was funny because they were trying to figure out who was going to get it the worst. Which one is that, Gar? Which clip?
Number 5.
5. Okay.
There
So
he
who do
is. Those tones.
So who do you think Howard is going to give the hardest time or is really the most disappointed in? Is it Gary? Is it Doug? Or is it Scott Salem? Who?
Doug Goodstein, I don't get at all. That guy, I don't get. Is he here today even? Or did he just figure might as well finish out the week?
He's here.
Yeah. He didn't come in on Monday. Monday there was nothing happening.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if people think I'm pissed at them. I'm not pissed. I told people stay home. Hey, you safe and sound, Doug? Everything okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Good, thank God.
Can I explain the facts instead of
No. I don't care.
falsehoods?
I told you it's fine.
Yeah.
No one missed you.
Howard.
No one missed you.
Okay.
It was fine. We functioned fine without you.
I did what I could. The company was closed. They didn't want anyone coming in. I, went back and forth with legal, and I said, I got to get a crew here. So they were comfortable. The thing they were comfortable with was with the guys in the city. That's what we did. They didn't want people from the outskirts and
All
the
right,
suburbs
so
to come in.
who's bothering you?
You beat the shit out of me with
No, I
falsehoods
didn't.
and bullshit and
No,
disparaged me
you
for
weren't.
fucking 2 days. So that's the
You
truth,
couldn't be-
okay?
No, here's
and
the
then you'd
truth.
speak out of both sides of your mouth. Like,
You
I know
couldn't
people
be
got to
here.
protect the family, but why the fuck are they here?
Did
What
you
a loser.
protect your
What-
family?
Yeah, I did.
You
Okay,
did.
I have two little
On
kids and a
Monday?
wife at home.
On Monday?
Well, Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
There was no storm on Monday.
In hindsight, Howard,
Yeah.
I went by the forecast and was, listening, and it was supposed to hit at 3:00 at full force in the morning.
Well, you do the
when
show
I
till
woke
10
up,
and then you go home.
I'm not going to argue with you. When I woke up, I was
Well,
like,
you're
"Really?"
arguing. You came in here. I didn't ask for you.
No, about Monday.
You just barged in on my show.
I'm just part. You're talking about me. Can I defend myself?
No, there's nothing to defend. You didn't come in.
So
I'm fine with it.
I want to explain myself. I'm going to
All
stay
right, go
here.
ahead. I'll be quiet.
Thank
All right,
you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I have the floor.
Well,
Thank you.
since you're hijacking my show,
Okay,
why don't I
am.
leave? and you
Because
take
I
over?
listened for 2 days as you just
Are you gonna
trashed
do
me
the- are
and
you
talked
gonna
shit
do the
about
show?
me and Gary too,
Yes.
which was not right.
The point is you were not here.
On Monday, listen, the storm was supposed
And
to
I
hit
didn't
full force.
disparage you. How did I
And-
disparage you?
By
You're
saying
lying.
I'm a loser.
I didn't say you're a
I'm
loser.
Pussy. I'm
No,
a
I
fucking
didn't.
man.
Pull
I'm
the
a man
tape.
to protect my family.
Pull the
That's
tape.
what I did.
said you weren't a
okay?
man. I said you weren't. Oh, I didn't want to stay home and protect my family, right? I don't have any family.
You have
How did you figure that out? How'd you figure out that you need to be? I like that
I'm
you
not
think,
mad at you, Howard. I just think it was
you
wrong.
You barged in and you're starting in with me. You don't think on Monday I didn't want to stay home? Of course I want to stay home. Don't you think legal was concerned about me?
He's had 35 years on the air of all kinds of weather.
I've come in all kinds of weather. I have 3 kids at home. I had a wife at home. I have a house. I know all about
your
it.
Kids are all over the country, aren't they?
They were children at one time in his life.
I've come in during all kinds of weather.
Right.
And listen, I never called you a loser.
Okay.
I never said you weren't a man. You're saying that about yourself by putting it on me.
I think I could pull some clips.
Well, pull them out. Pull the clips, and then come back in
not
here.
Saying.
Pull the clips because you're lying right now.
Your interpretation.
I didn't. You,
okay, that is my interpretation. If those weren't the exact words, then I'm sorry. Okay,
you're absolutely out of line.
But let me explain Monday. And again, hindsight is, if I look back now, I could have come in.
But every one of you have said something that really disturbs me. Howard doesn't understand. We want to protect our family.
I know you get that. You're a great family.
Too.
I'm not questioning
I have a family,
that. I know.
And I have a
you
wife.
You just did.
You absolutely said, Howard, I want to protect my family. Like, I don't want to protect my family. You think I wanted to leave my apartment and leave Beth alone, who said to me, stay home?
Okay.
Do you know there was
I love
one
her as
time
much
when
as you love your
You should have
wife.
brought her here.
His
You actually was
pregnant
safer
wife
here.
She
was
wouldn't come.
sitting in an apartment, and we were in Manhattan, and this incredible blizzard came up. Howard said, "You guys do whatever you want. I have to get home."
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not disparaging you for your decision.
Okay.
But don't attack me.
No, I felt attacked. Okay, I felt attacked.
Well,
and yesterday, Monday morning, there was no railroads. Number one,
right?
Number two,
are we done with
no,
this?
I want to explain it. No, this is what you're trashing me for.
I didn't trash you. I said you're not here Monday and Tuesday.
And Tuesday. Highways closed, tunnels,
of course.
Railroads. There was no way
to
get in. You said, why the fuck am I not here?
You would have been here. You would have been here on Monday. You could have taken a hotel room and stayed in town, but you didn't choose to. And I'm fine with that. Okay. I'm not disparaging you.
Okay, that's fine that you're
You
fine
had
with
your
that.
options. You took your option.
I just thought I heard it differently.
Again, I do question. People throw up that I protected my family. What did you do?
He didn't
what
protect
did I do?
anything.
If anything would have happened, you don't know. Robin.
If nothing happened.
But
During
if
9/11,
Robin, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Talk to the millions of people who lost their homes, who are flooded out and destroyed.
I'm
but you
one of
weren't
them.
there. You weren't there. You don't have a family, Robin. You were
I would have gotten them out. I would not have left them in danger.
But I stayed in my home.
So Robin's less important. She didn't want to protect her home.
I'm not saying anyone's
She
less
doesn't want to
important.
protect. Of course, she wanted to be with her home, but she came in.
But if I had a family, do you think I would have left them at home, say, I'm going to stay here and protect you? Like water's coming over the wall and I can protect you? You're crazy.
Of course not. But you would have been in your
If you want to protect your family, get them out. If there's really some sort of danger that you're really concerned about.
That's what I'm saying. Going into the danger to protect your family.
In the danger, I was at home. We were at home.
But you're acting like there's going to be danger. I stayed home to protect
Robin, I have trees all around my property and stuff.
Doug, I get it.
But
it's
Monday,
fine.
let me just explain.
Leave?
Monday,
I want to go on with the show. I'm done. Please.
Again with the trees. They're going to hold up trees.
One of us is going to leave the room right now.
Okay.
Either you or me. And I will get up and leave, and you will do the show for 4 hours. If you think you talking about your trees in your house and protecting your family is interesting, I'm all for it, but I don't have to be here for it.
I want to explain to you why Monday morning I wasn't here.
I'm proud of you for not coming to work and protecting your family.
You didn't hear it.
I heard enough.
Okay.
The company said. We heard it.
Right. And I abided by the company. I wasn't going to be some rogue asshole and then put myself in danger and the company in liability. And you attached to that company with the business we do together.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Explain. All right. Now go back and do what you do. I mean, really, get to work. I feel your explanation is valid. I apologize if you were offended.
We did everything I can, and because of me, we had a crew here to cover the show. That was my goal, and that is my position. And that is what I was looking out for you. Whether I was here or not, I was home listening, doing what I could have done here. We didn't cut shows. We can't cut shows. We're out of power downtown. There's no daily shows.
I'm glad you
We got it on
explained
tape, and that's what we needed to do.
Thank you. And I'm glad you explained that. And you want to know something? Now that you explained it, I apologize.
Yeah, right.
And
you're just so condescending to me.
I'm apologizing. I'm getting you a ribbon.
I do.
Did you hear what I said? I'm going to give you an award tomorrow.
And it's like you treat me like shit. Like I haven't been here with Gary, and you treat Gary like shit.
I'm sending you a ribbon. Oh, now you're worried about Gary.
No, I heard
You're
Gary's
his defender.
rap.
What is Gary, a woman? He can't stand up for himself. What are you, a man and he's a woman?
I can't say anything right.
All right, look.
You know I love you. You know
buying
I'm passionate about the job, and you question my loyalty and dedication.
I did not
and
question
that's
your
not,
loyalty.
That's a little hurtful. And you want to put the
Doug,
sound effects, Fred? Go ahead.
What
Put
do
the
you
crying.
want?
Put
Crown?
the asshole. Call me an asshole when I walk
Put
out
on
the
the
room,
crying.
like you did the other day. I mean, go ahead.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, thank you. You're hijacking my show, and I'm
I
gonna
am
ask you to
because
leave.
I'm now I have the platform to defend
All right,
myself.
go ahead. I'm going to keep quiet.
I'm done. No, now I'm
now
done.
you're done. No,
Yeah,
I think you have more to say. Go ahead, and you'll get your ribbon tomorrow. Go ahead.
What color?
I'm getting you a ribbon that says #1 employee.
No, I just want you to understand where I was coming from.
I understand.
And this
Go tell it to JD. Go tell it to JD. He'll understand. Okay. All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
You ever hear the Billy Joel song, and we'll all go down together? You remember that song?
No, he's never heard.
One of my favorite songs. All right, get out of here.
Mine too.
All right, goodbye. Doug Goodstein explaining and finally having a platform to explain himself.
Thank God he has a platform.
Thank God, what a platform. And what an explanation it was. Listen, I love him. I love the guy. He's a terrific guy. How many years has he been with me?
Too many.
Long
it sounded
time,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, long time.
Too many years.
Too many years. It's not that he didn't try to get away from me. No one to hire him. I do love Dougie. Oh, my goodness.
You wouldn't complain if you didn't love him.
Yeah, I missed him. I wanted him with me.
You should be glad you noticed he was gone.
I want to say
absolutely.
something.
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone who came in. I appreciate everyone who works on the show. I honestly hold no animosity or ill will toward anyone who couldn't be here. Honestly. I really don't. And I love Doug, and I love Gary, and I love everybody. I'm full of love.
You love Scott Salem? You missed
Oh,
him.
my God.
Slow
In
down,
fact,
Robin.
he never, you know what? He always lives up to my expectation of him. He never disappoints me. And that's what I love about Scott Salem.
You expect nothing, and he comes through.
It's Sunday, and I've made a decision. I'm not coming in.
But the storm hasn't hit yet.
It's all right. I have to stay here and protect what I love.
Well, he has a mechanism in place where he makes these decisions.
I had to protect my family.
I wonder what his mechanism is.
And I want to apologize for my wife for not staying home and protecting her. I didn't protect my family.
I didn't either. I'm
Right.
sorry, honey.
Are they still here?
No, they
yeah.
washed away 2 days ago. Shuli got airtime, so they understood.
She understood.
Yeah. So, and really, thank you, Doug. And you've set a good example. You have to protect your family. You're right. Fred did not protect his family.
No, I did not.
No.
And I don't know why Doug shit on me. Go ahead, play your sound effect.
Oh, he was
Doug,
pissed at everybody.
I was letting you fucking have your piece. And you take a shot at me for what?
Because he doesn't like you.
I guess not.
Because you know what, Fred,
I
you were
guess-
here
I
and
guess-
he wasn't.
yeah, I was
He's
here
mad
and
at
you weren't.
Right.
Thanks, Doug.
One
Thanks,
thing,
Doug.
you know what? One thing to attack me, but to attack Fred, one of the hardest working guys in show business. I mean, I'm pissed.
He sits here, doesn't make a peep, right? Doesn't make a peep.
The guy's sitting there, he gets like a shrapnel hit.
It's like I get the shit splash.
Fred, Doug doesn't have enough class to say it, but I'm going to say it to you.
Right.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for
Not
you know,
necessary.
And thank you for not blowing up on Doug when he did that horrible thing to you just
I'm
now.
doing my job.
I'm sorry, Fred. I
Oh, now the apology. A little late.
Talk about
Yeah, you
condescending.
were killed in a drive-by shooting, but he's
Talk
sorry.
about condescending.
For the record, I love you, Howard, and I love Fred, okay?
What a snob you are.
Would you come back in at the 8 o'clock hour and give your explanation
I would
again?
love to have lots more thoughts.
A lot of people calling in, they missed it.
You want to hear that Cantor story from a couple weeks ago?
He
too.
doesn't love me. Oh, dear.
You know what I'm afraid of right now? You know, trees could still fall on Doug's house, and he's not there to protect
Good. Yeah, there's still winds out there.
Of course.
You should go back home right now.
Doug, get home. No, and you know what? If I gave anyone the impression that Doug isn't brave, I just want to say, listen, during 9/11, he went down and took pictures.
With a stolen camera.
Disposable camera.
With a looted camera.
Yeah. No coward would do that.
Nope. Very brave. Someone had to take pictures. There weren't any pictures being
Have
taken.
you seen any of Doug's pictures anywhere?
No, nobody cares.
They're all in the museum.
I gotta get down there. No one's taking pictures.
I was compelled to go. I think he said something like that.
Jimmy Olsen.
I remember him yelling at Robin after night. Like,
Yeah.
What did you do, Robin?
Yeah,
What
I
did you
didn't
guys
take
do?
pictures.
You know
I
what
didn't
she
get in
did?
people's way.
She got out of Manhattan so she was one less bothersome person.
She rode in a car with Scott.
I
Might have been
stayed away from the area since
Yeah.
I couldn't help.
Right. No, he helped. He took pictures. Someone had to document what happened.
But they weren't his pictures. Had to be his.
Yeah. No, I was not disappointed in Scott Salem. He did exactly what I expected him to do.
I would like to explain myself, except I have no explanation.
I need a pulpit.
I would like to protect what's mine.
You know that poster of Malcolm X by the window? It says, by any means necessary.
Right.
You should do one of Scott, but he's sitting with his feet up on a table, his arms behind his back. It says, by any means necessary.
Well, I'm here now. I'm doing my work.
Did you need something? No?
He has no power at his place, though. I know that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My generator goes off every 5 minutes.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You put that on Maldred.
Oh.
I'm sitting by my window.
Yeah, what was that? I didn't read that.
What did he do?
It was like he was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
What did he write, Fred?
I'm sitting here looking out my window. Generator keeps going off every 5 minutes. Ah, what a life.
Yeah.
Are you
Something
kidding?
or words to that effect. I'm not quoting
You're
exactly.
paraphrasing?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm suffering, but protecting what's mine. I hope Howard understands that.
I'm like road warrior.
A man is nothing without land.
I have 2 young children at home.
He comes in here cursing up.
Hey, he has 2 young children at home every day. Something could happen any day.
He should quit his job and stay home and protect them.
Right.
Yeah.
Become a superhero.
Yeah. All right, listen, everyone's safe out there. And by the way, I really did say to everyone, don't come in. I can do the show on my own. It's not going to be a great show, but I'll do it. You know. Let's go to a couple of calls because the phones are now working.
Ah, everything's back today.
See, I told you.
Everyone is safe and sound.
I'm sitting in my studio and the phones are working.
Hey, Bob, you're on the air in Westbury. And I certainly understand, by the way, to all you assholes on Twitter. Of course I understand that some people can't make it in. I was fine with that. I just made it in. That's all. I'm not upset with anybody here.
And you making it in gives you the right to comment on
I was
what's
having
going
fun,
on.
yeah. I'm saying, hey, but listen. What am I going to tell you? Bob, go ahead in Westbury.
Oh, come on, Howard. You managed to surround yourself with a bunch of, these pussies. Their work ethic it's nothing like what you, Robin and Fred. The original 3 there, and your whole workforce, or most of your workforce, decides not to come in because of the fucking wind is blowing, and they want to. What are they going to wrap their cape around their wife and save their fucking wife? Fuck these people.
Well, listen,
But people have their priorities.
Yeah.
Oh God! I mean, listen. Let me tell you something. If they have,
Didn't you hear Doug's explanation? How could you say that after what he
My
explained?
hands were tied. The legal department.
I tried to find out how he
protected. To the
The
fire.
legal department.
Only at the Howard Stern show would they still have a job today. If they were out in the workforce in the real world doing real fucking jobs out here, they'd have no idea how good they got it over there. I was sick.
And High Pitch Mike attacked me on Twitter. I mean, I like that. This guy's never had
Don't
a
know
job
what you
outside
ever
of
did
me.
for him. Yeah.
He has no idea what it is to go out and get a radio job. Couldn't get one. Ask a kid, Chris.
Exactly. You're carrying these guys. They have the life of Riley.
They don't know. Well, 3 years, everyone's going to know what it's like without Howie.
Well, you know what?
Wait till you
They're gonna
see.
have a whole bunch of unemployed people, man. Because there's no way they would get away with the shit.
They're going to sit around in a bar and have a reunion every 10 years and go, remember when we worked for Howard
When we
Stern?
had fun.
Before we worked at McDonald's? It was so fucking great. It was so much fun. We had a good time.
I mean, and who gets to come in and call their boss names like Doug just did?
Oh, wow.
The other thing, now they're on the attack. I mean,
Oh, yeah, everyone's attacking me. All I did was come in and entertain my audience.
Yeah, keep things going until he could get back.
Right.
You protected him while he protected his family.
Yeah. And I didn't want to protect my family. My family doesn't count. Because Beth and I don't have kids.
But you know what?
His family counts.
Howard, this is your view of family. Everyone.
My family is everyone. The world is
You
my
come
family.
in here and you make sure they all have jobs.
That's right. I didn't retire so they'd have a job.
Yeah, well, you're my hero, Howard.
Thank you.
They never think about that.
Thank you, Bob. At least you care about me. Thank you.
Well, I do care about you. The other thing, can I switch gears for 1 second?
Yep.
the re-release of Private Parts. We strike while the iron is hot. America loves you. I could picture 6'5" cardboard cutouts of you handing
Bob, that was a long time ago. I think that phase of my life is over. But thank you. Bob shot out of a cannon this morning.
Pitching you ideas.
No. Re-release of Private Parts. Yeah. Chris, you're on the air. Hi, Chris, in Seattle.
Real quick, I was going to ask you a question, but first, did Richard Christie come in today? Because that's the guy you got to focus on.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's still out because the fishy fish.
Richard Christie wrote a whole long thing, too, yesterday about how, like, defiantly, how glad he is he stayed home because he was able to put towels.
Made the right decision.
I was able to put towels on the windows when the water came in. I'm like, well, you know what?
Towels?
I had water coming in, too, and I was able to put towels because...
And you still got to work.
And I got to work, too. I did both. I was able to put towels on my window.
That was my own...
You know what? I had a leak in my windows a while back. I guess I should have stayed home.
Right. You should have. You should have protected what was yours. He rents an apartment. He didn't even own it.
Yeah, he's in there.
He's protecting what his
the rented
landlord.
apartment up.
So he did make it in, though, today.
Oh, yeah. He bravely made it in. You're my biggest disappointment. You have you're like me. According to Doug Goodstein, you don't have any kids with your wife presently. My kids are older, so you shouldn't have stayed home and protected what's yours. Why didn't you just come to the hotel? I thought you would have been at the hotel with your wife having a good time.
Well, they shut down our building, and I didn't want to leave so where I couldn't come back on Monday. Like, they shut down our building Sunday night.
But now you're here, so can't they? So how are you going to get back?
No, yesterday they opened back.
Of course they did.
But
if they had shut it down, it's because you were flooded.
So be out of there.
Well,
we're at the hotel.
We're on a high floor, so I wanted to stay there and just make sure we didn't get like water damage. And plus, we have a pet
Don't
that
you
I
have
didn't.
Insurance?
No.
Don't you think I wanted to make sure I didn't get water damage?
But you were able to go home. I wouldn't have been able to go home during the storm.
You're a nut.
It's not even your apartment. You rent it.
Yeah, but everything in there.
What do you have in there? You have shit in there.
It's irreplaceable, Howard. He's been collecting for years.
But it's my shit.
The collective junk in his apartment is worth $10.
Haven't you heard one man's junk is another man's treasure?
My fuck books.
No, your junk is junk.
Then you shouldn't have it in such an insecure place ever.
I have a hard drive of porno.
Oh, my fuck books.
I have.
Yeah, this is irreplaceable.
I
collected all this myself.
20 Halloween costumes. And
I noticed the other day he's wearing an orange
Halloween
wristband.
DVDs, VHS, beta, and soundtracks.
He makes decisions like a guy who loves Halloween.
So now will you go out Halloweening and trick-or-treating?
Well, you know...
Because everything's all protected.
More low-key, just because I feel bad. Like, I have a friend that lives in Breezy Point, and I think his house burned down. So it's sad.
Well,
now.
he's got a real problem.
Really,
you have no problem. He has a problem.
I know, but I feel sad for all the people, and you can't really celebrate.
Yeah.
Like,
Halloween is ruined, right?
Well, next week they're going to do the parade, I think. So
yeah, they're going to postpone it so the pain will be over by next week.
You shouldn't leave your apartment during that either, because, something could happen. Just protect it.
I did.
You're a complete disappointment, and you have no excuse. I mean, okay, Doug can hide behind the, I've got kids at home, but you're in Manhattan.
I'm in Queens.
All right, Queens. I keep forgetting.
And they shut the bridges down. I wouldn't have been able to get back.
But you could have been off of Queens.
I wanted.
Right, get out of here.
I just wanted to be home. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I wanted to be home too.
But
Howard,
I've been
let
here.
him stay home all the time.
I've been here 8.5 years and missed one live show.
Let him stay home all the time, because now he's saying, because I never took a sick day, I should be able to take a personal leave day whenever I want.
I did my job all these years, so now I should be able to not do my job.
Yeah. I decided not to do my job that day because I've never missed a day.
And I'm not angry. I'm just saying I'm glad.
Let me explain to people. The guy's 30 stories up in his apartment. He's worried about flooding. Now,
we had over 100-mile-an-hour winds because we were so high.
So did I. I'm up high too.
He's up a lot higher than you.
Right.
Bragger.
I bragged for him. He didn't say that.
And you're worried about flooding. I mean, everybody hear this? I'm worried about lots of shit too. What were you, stopping the wind by standing in front of the window?
What is he going to do if the windows break and the wind comes howling in? He's going to run.
I know. I would have stayed there and let the wind suck me out and blow me around.
Like a rag doll.
Right.
I would have got a parachute.
I mean, it's just fucking absurd.
Well,
They're doing they can do nothing in these catastrophic situations, but they're all staying.
You should have been here, and you could have. We offered you a hotel room. You could have been there with your wife. You would have been very safe, and I doubt you would have flooded out, being 30 floors up. I really do. If you'd called me, I would have probably advised you that you wouldn't flood out.
No, it was pouring in, literally water pouring in.
Yeah.
And you stopped it with towels?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you're whack.
We got a ton of clothes and
don't
put
you
up
think if
against
it was pouring, like I had water coming in too, I went through 2 towels and that was it.
Let me tell you, Howard, I've been in a place when water was pouring in and we had buckets and vacuums and you still couldn't stop it.
I had buckets.
No, we stopped.
No, he had a couple
you
of
can come and look if you don't believe me.
All right. Okay.
I was like the Army Corps of Engineers.
He rigged up something with towels.
Sure, you did a lot of work at home.
I did. And you
Well,
played
show
some
it to
of
me.
it yesterday,
Where
and I wrote a bunch of stuff that you read yesterday.
Right. Then you don't need to be here anymore. You can stay home.
No, today I'm doing a lot of stuff here today.
Go make a phony phone call. Let me hear something funny after 2 days of missing work.
Okay. And you did play a lot of our stuff in the last 2 days.
Okay, good. Get out.
Hour.
Yeah.
Me and Sal.
Undependables, Howard. The Undependables.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Expendables is what Shuley called.
And by the way, you did call me a loser.
Well, you are a loser. You had no excuse.
He's standing by that
I mean,
statement.
Doug is right. I mean, In Demand, okay, we didn't need the TV show being taped, number one. He made sure he had coverage. Number two, he does have kids and stuff at home. I get that. But, if you're gonna stay home.
But we have a pet. You're an animal person.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
you had a fish. Your fish, if it got flooded out, would have been happier.
It's a guinea pig.
All right.
We have a guinea pig named Taco.
You got a cage, you take a piece of plastic, you put the fish in it, you get the guinea pig's cage, and you carry him out.
Yeah, I carried 4 cats into my apartment. I get it.
I don't think a hotel's going to let me carry a huge
Well,
guinea
you know
pig
what?
cage.
You just spend a lot of time thinking about how you don't need to leave and come to work.
All right, get out of here.
I know. What am I going to say?
Please
I'm
leave.
sorry.
No one wants to hear
sorry.
from you.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. Goodbye.
I know.
Now go work.
You're angry. I'm sorry.
Instead of thinking how to be here, you thought of how to not be here.
Robin's angry.
Robin wasn't here either. She's at home. She keeps saying she made it to work.
And guess what?
And she was
asshole. I was here a week after a fucking 12-hour operation.
Yeah. Dickhead. Get out.
Sorry.
Get out. Now you've insulted
Asshole.
Yeah, now you've insulted Robin.
Don't you fucking ever mention my name.
All right. Wow. Yeah, you're on the outs.
Sorry.
You've ruined everything.
Good job, Rick. Good
job. Glad I came to work.
Yeah. I know. I could have been yelled at yesterday and Monday.
Should have let the water just come in.
I should have killed that hamster.
And let's not lose sight of the fact he's 40 years old now and he owns a fish and a gerbil. You know what I mean? Time to grow up. All right, anyway, as you can see, the love is in the air.
Richard.
Well, I got some reaction out of Robin now.
I know. I've never heard her. Well, I've heard her like that before, but it's been a really long time. You're extremely red right now. Do you feel as if your credibility has completely gone out the window?
No, I'm still happy I stayed because I did stop water. They don't believe me, but I did. So,
what are they not understanding about the severity of the storm? What are they glossing over?
They think I'm a retard. That's pretty much it. I think once they get in their mind that you're a retard, there's no excuse that's going to be good enough. So
you alluded to the 8.5 years where you've only missed one live show. Do you feel like
that was
all
to
of that
film Harold and Kumar, and Howard gave me the day off for that.
Do you feel like a lot of that's been, shot out the window because that long Cal Ripken-like streak you had going there?
How quickly people forget, huh?
No, but do you feel like that's completely irrelevant now that you just because of this week, or will this too blow over?
Yeah, no. If they look down on me from now on, they haven't always looked up to me anyway. So I don't know what I could do to make them look worse at me. But
you couldn't have gotten much lower, but you somehow managed to.
Somehow I got lower, and I'm more worthless than they thought I was before. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're safe, though.
Thank you.
Now, how did it feel being praised by Howard, and at the same time, he points out your fault?
Oh, well, that's what he does, He puts you up so high and, slaps you around a little bit.
He doesn't even get a chance to put you high.
That too.
But how does it feel, though, to be praised as such a great worker. Is this a work ethic you've always had, or it's the show that?
I mean, I don't know if I've always had. It just depends. I mean, you know, I don't put such ethic into other areas of my life, obviously, and ways I dress and stuff like that. And you know, it's nice.
Now, regarding the tapes you played with like you and Jason having issues, is that ever going to be resolved?
You know, I'm sure with time, you know, time heals all wounds, and you know, unless he keeps talking about me again.
And will one of those wounds be your fingers?
Well, maybe.
And do you blame this guy standing next to you for ratting out that you know, about being unfollowed on Twitter?
No, he's just doing his job.
Thank you, JD.